radio for the masses.
Headline edition, July 8, 1947. The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc has been found and is now in the possession of the Army.
If the game is rigged, change the game. Game changer.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
This is Fade to Black with your host, Jimmy Church, on the Game Changer Radio Network and KGRA, the Global Radio Alliance.
I need your help to get to the year 1985.
You're listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Network.
Good evening. Fade to Black. Bespoke Radio. For the masses. Yeah, man. How you doing? It's Thursday, May 14th, 2020. We are live from a bunker somewhere in the middle of beautiful downtown Burbank, California. And I would like to welcome everybody listening all around the world, all across the United States. Hither and thither, to and fro, back and forth, up and down, east and west, north and south, far and near. This is Fade to Black for KJCR, the Game Changer Network, and KGRA, the planet. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. What is cracking, everybody? How you doing? All right. It's Thursday, man. 135 days into the new year. Only 231 days left. Tonight is Fadernight. Open lines all night long. All right. Got a long night in front of us, folks. We're going to do open lines all night. Can't wait for that. Okay, so that's one thing. And then later on tonight, I am going to jump over to Coast to Coast AM. And that's going to be later on tonight. It won't be immediately after the show, but you can head over to Coast where George is, I don't know exactly what's going on, so there's that part of it. George just said, follow my lead. I said, okay, all right. So he's bringing on all of the fill-in host tonight. So we're all going to go over and have a chat with George. Okay, so I'm in the schedule, and I'll be over there. So head over and that's pretty unique. It's pretty unique for Coast to Coast to do that. I don't think they've ever done it before. So anyway, doing that later on tonight. Okay, so we'll see everybody over there. And as you can imagine, that's a pretty long night, long day for us. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? It's all good. It's all fun. Okay, so that's our night tonight. Open lines all night long. We'll get to the open lines here at the bottom of the hour. You can take out your pen and write this down. 747-228-2051. And I realize, everybody out there, the second I say that, the phones start ringing. I don't pick them up. Okay? I don't answer. Nobody goes on hold. You don't get in early by calling now. But what you should do is write down the number, 747-228-2051, because when I get to the commercials at the bottom of the hour, then you, right there, I got the number. Cool. That's how it works. Follow me on Twitter at JChurchRadio. At JChurchRadio. That's what you want to do. You want to go check out these gifts. Is that Prince? Oh, that's cool. Who posted? I saw Snoop Dogg pass by there. Pretty please. That's good. I saw Snoop Dogg. All right. All right. Okay. So a couple of things. Just let me get this out of the way. Email is jimmy@jimmychurchradio.com. Okay? So the phones, man. You guys think I'm kidding with that. All right. Email is jimmy@jimmychurchradio.com. Hashtag F2B is the sandbox. Get yourself Twitter. No. Get yourself TweetDeck. I'm in a good mood. Get yourself TweetDeck. Hashtag F2B. Get it all set up. That's the sandbox. Hashtag F2BQ is Fade to Black questions. We have 2 chat rooms open. One over at Spreaker and one over at KGRA The Planet. Hello to everybody over on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. What is going on out there? All right, let's do this. 747-228-2051. Write that down. We'll open up the phones at the bottom of the hour. Couple of things real quick. Let's get it out of the way. All right. First, I want you to get your immune system boosted. Get it where it needs to be. All right. We all know that there's something going on worldwide on this planet. All right. On this planet. There's something going on. And what you need for that is the bomb immune system. That's what you need. Go to getthet.com. All right. We've got all the banners over at jimmychurchradio.com. Everything that you need. Go and click and go and visit getthet.com. Visit their specials page and get that immunity package that they've got right there. All right. Promo code is FADER, FADER. You will get free shipping for all orders over $50. Also, forbiddenknowledge.tv. A lot of people talking about it. Yeah. Billy's got it going on. He built the new internet TV network just for you. He's got over 1,000 programs and episodes and things and videos for you to go and check out right now over at forbiddenknowledge.tv. Get registered. 3-day free promo. Okay? Right? So go and do it right now. River Moon Coffee, love it. rivermooncoffee.com. I think they fixed that promo code, Jimmy RMC. Yeah, people were using it last night. Didn't work. It went down for 24 hours. It's back up. Jimmy RMC over at Amazon, and you can always use F2B Blend over on their website. Okay? F2B Blend. Let's get to the breaking news. And you're probably noticing it right about now. Today, we went through our video streaming software. Drew and I went through our streaming software. Very complex system, by the way. We went through our codecs. We went through the routers. We went through the resolution. We went through the settings, the platforms. We're streaming to 4 different networks. All of the camera settings. Everything was gone through today. Trying to figure out what was causing the buffering issues over the last 2 days, which just seemed to crop up from nowhere. Well, honestly, we changed and modified something with everything. It was tested today, it was retested, and hopefully tonight you're not only getting and enjoying a faster, buffering-free video feed, but a bigger HD version of my face. That's right. In full living color, HD, which means, of course, I've got to start shaving. Yeah, I got to start shaving. At least start shaving more often. Maybe start shaving like once every 4 days. How do you like it? How is the video feed? Just everybody let me know. And just a quick note. Our system here is complex. Okay, it is. This is not a laptop sitting here with a USB microphone plugged into it. And somebody just, whatever, right? That's not what this is. We've got a very complex system. And our outgoing feed was always stable, even through these buffering issues. And the outgoing, just the camera, okay, just the camera goes out on that computer. That's all this computer does. That computer doesn't do email. It doesn't do internet. Nothing's running. It has never done anything but the cameras. that go through that software and head out. It's completely stable. It's awesome, right? Nothing, never reconnects. So that's that. This is our audio computer. See, there's a computer here. There's another one here. This is our audio that goes out. Right? And then we have another computer that's over here, this screen, that's phones. It's the phone system. These two monitors here, not this one, but these two in front of me here, that's email and Twitter. You know, that's what runs, you know, so we have and then we have the console and we have the interfaces, and then we have this remote control here that feeds, that is for the commercials. It's got a nice color screen on it, very high tech. Audio monitors in the background, 1, 2, 3 keyboards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mice, 6 mices that are floating around. It's a very complex system, okay? Which meant that today it must have been something else. If that computer is running stable, right, it's got to be something else after, right, in the signal chain. And it's a very complex thing to go through. So in the end, we didn't find anything wrong. I just want to let you know that we didn't find anything wrong, but we ended up changing so many little things, tweaking things and adjusting things, and that eventually all of those little tweaks add up to something big in the end. And it resolved itself, whatever it was. So you got a bigger, brighter picture of me. It's much more stable, and hopefully everything is fine. Okay, so you guys just let me know. Oh, okay, Korber's already posting pictures. Are the pictures nice and clear? Yeah, they are. Okay. Yep. All right, that answers that question. I've got to shave. There you go. All right, let's move on. All right. Speaking of videos, have you checked out what is going on right now down in South America? Have you seen this stuff yet? Numerous videos showing pulsating ball-shaped object over the skies of Brazil have been all over Twitter. It's all over social media. And some people are saying it's UFOs. Twitter today was flooded with videos claiming to show this bizarre phenomenon in Mage outside of Rio de Janeiro. In the clips, you can see different white, red, orange, blue orbs pulsating up in the sky. Some are floating above the city. Some are in groups. Some are changed. It's pretty nuts. One video was even tweeted directly today to Elon Musk. In another video that was emailed to me directly, and this is what caused me to go and jump into all of this earlier today, showed something crashing into the mountains right there in Mage. Now, when I saw the video, it's coming down, looks like your traditional meteor, space debris, flames, but it hit right in the city. At the same time, over the last 24 hours, the city was just covered with these lights in the sky. Very strange coincidence, don't you think? And it just pulled me into it. So I don't know if you guys have checked out all of these videos, but something is going on right now down in Brazil and South America. It's pretty incredible. Now, the StarWorks UFOs and Artificial Intelligence Conference that is going down in Laughlin, Nevada at the Aquarius Hotel and Casino, November 5th through the 8th is happening. I want you to go to StarWorksUSA.com for tickets and info. I'm going to be there. Rita's going to be there. The Fade to Black crew is going to be there. Grant Cameron, Paul Hynek, James Fox, Alan Stivelman, Sid Goldberg, and another dozen great speakers are all going to be there. So StarWorksUSA.com is what you need to do, and the banners over at JimmyChurchRadio.com. Disclosure Fest. Supposed to be going on in downtown LA at the historic Los Angeles Park. Was scheduled for June 20th. We moved it to August 8th. Now the stay-at-home orders have been extended through July. They're still saying, and I'm talking about the state of California and the city of Los Angeles, are saying our event can go on. So we shall see. But I do want you to visit disclosurefest.org every single day when that announcement if the announcement changes. Okay, so head over to disclosurefest.org. All of the speakers, the musicians, all of the stages, the map, everything is there at disclosurefest.org, including all of the initiatives for Disclosure Fest, which is, feeding the homeless, cleaning the beaches, planting trees around Los Angeles. You can go and check out all of that at disclosurefest.org. Let's get the show cracking. Happy birthday to today, George Lucas, 76 years old. Who is George Lucas, you ask? I don't know. But today he's 76. Kate Blanchett, today, 71 years old. By the way, George Lucas he directed a film. If you're not familiar with his work, he directed a film called American Graffiti. That's what he's known for. Starring this guy named Harrison Ford. You need to go check that. Check out American Graffiti, and you'll see what George Lucas is all about. Okay. Kate Blanchett, today 51. Bass God, Jack Bruce, also a pretty good singer. Today, 77 years old, of course, bassist for Cream, sang White Room. Today, 77 years old. The Talking Heads, David Byrne. You may ask yourself, I did it. That's my David Byrne. David Byrne today, 68. Red Riders, Tom Cochrane, one of Canada's great exports down south into the United States. Red Rider. Tom Cochrane today, 67. C.C. DeVille, that's right. He's got a birthday today, too. He is 58. The Cults, Ian Astbury, today, 58 years old. And we were talking about this guy last week. Duality of the Universe, right here. Bassist Mike Inez. Remember that? Last week. Mike Inez today is 54 years old. Of course, he was in Alice in Chains. It was revealed last week that he was in Ozzy with Zakk Wylde. Also played in the Black Label Society for a couple of weeks. And he was also in the band Heart. I bet you didn't know that. That's right. They're both from Seattle. That's right. Our dead guy's birthday today is Bobby Darin. 1936 to 1973, died at the age of 37. Bobby was a singer, of course, songwriter, yes, multi-instrumentalist, and an actor in film and television. Had a string of hits starting in 1958 that included Splish Splash, Dream Lover, Mac the Knife, right? Mac the Knife, and Beyond the Sea. Darin suffered from poor health for his entire life. In 1973, after failing to take antibiotics to protect his heart from a dental visit, Darin developed sepsis. On the evening of December 19th, 1973, a 5-person surgical team worked for over 6 hours to repair his damaged heart. Shortly after the surgery ended, Darin died in the recovery room without regaining consciousness. He was 37 years old. Incredible. When that shark bite, right? Who did that? Was that Steve Martin? That was Saturday Night Live, right? If you're watching on video. Man, those are pretty good screen grabs, Kevin. Does it look that much clearer? That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I'm glad you guys get to see me unshaved. On this day in history, 1973, America's first space station. I remember this like it was yesterday. Skylab is launched. 11 days later, U.S. astronauts Charles Conrad, Joseph Kerwin, and Paul Weitz became the first crew. And it seems like this is almost live on television, because they went out, spacewalked, repaired a jammed solar panel. Remember the controversy behind that? Because Skylab had to unfold. Yeah, it was a big deal. They stayed up there for 28 days. Fader fact. Okay. Now, for everybody over in England, I want you to listen to this. And you can, everybody in the UK, everybody can share this with your friends and family. Because the Queen of England is the only person to ever have eaten British chocolate. That's right. British chocolate, you ask. No, they don't. They only did it once. And it was in 1932. A factory in York tried growing cacao plants. That's right, in freezing cold Great Britain. And they only harvested enough for one small chocolate bar. It was this big. It was like this big. Little tiny chocolate bar, which they gave to Queen Elizabeth II. And she ate it, and she didn't share. So she is the only person to ever have eaten British chocolate. And that is your Fader Fact. Tonight, it is Fadernight. Open lines all night long. 747-228-2051. All right. That's hard to do. Can you guys do that? Oh, man. I got to hit this River Moon coffee. All right. From England, great Fader Fact. You like that? You like that? I like you. I love Twitter. Thank you. Yeah, you can share it. It's vetted, by the way. It's actually, look at that. I almost said QE2. Oh, man. I was on that boat once. Didn't sail, just got on board. All right. So a lot has been going on with censorship in social media when it comes to coronavirus and the different claims that have been made by various content creators and authors and show hosts and so-called experts, right? YouTube channels and videos have been removed. Facebook has stepped in and outright deleted pages and accounts, along with removing posts and putting people in Facebook jail. Twitter has been doing much of the same thing, and even Spotify has been deleting various podcasters. Now, of course, we all know about the struggles that David Icke has been going through, but he's not the only one. The list of names, the groups, or companies is long, and it's surely in the thousands, right? And you are aware of many of them, but the list is too long to go into here. I'm not going to do that, but we have had David on the show many times over the years on various subjects. Sometimes it's when he's published a new book. Other times we just wanted to have a conversation. We called up Dave and said, "Hey, Dave." And he said, "Yes." And how about tomorrow? Absolutely. How about next week? I'm there, Jimmy. Okay, so that's the deal, right? Now, from the very first time that we had him on, something interesting happened. YouTube would demonetize his videos. Now, this would happen every time we had not only David Icke on, but Jim Mars as well. Every single time. Those two guys. Exclusive club, by the way. And look, I've never said anything about it because, honestly, you kind of expect it when it comes to a company as large as YouTube and what they want to provide for their advertisers. I get it. I really do. Both Jim and David have been out there shaking up the trees for many years, and their views may not be what the advertisers want to spend their money on. And, hey, it's a free country. And if I was paying for advertising, I think that I've got a say in where I want my advertising, where I want it to go, and where I want my company represented. Seriously. And you would do the same thing. So it's really no big deal, right? Okay, fine. So with all of the dusting up that has been going on, today I went and checked to see if YouTube had pulled the David Icke videos that we posted up on our channel, or if there were any new restrictions or any notices posted, or did they send me any email about them on another Gmail account that I never check, right? So I went, and nothing was there. Actually, what I did find shocked me. Now, instead of restrictions or notices, good old YouTube have now monetized each and every video. Right. Now, after I saw the first one, the latest YouTube video, I was like, wait a minute here. I went back and checked them all. And sure enough, they've all been switched to full advertising. Now, to be very transparent with all of you, every time we posted an Ike video, instantly restricted. And then I would have to ask for a manual review, which means a human would have to check it out. And each time we got the same response, which is, something like, upon further review, we find that your video doesn't meet our advertising standards. This cannot be reviewed again. It's like all decisions final, right? Well, we did this with both Ike and Mars dozens of times over the years. You just never know. Maybe they'll finally, but they never did. Our last show with Ike was done both live stream and followed up with an actual upload without commercials the next day. We do this as often as time allows with various shows and guests, but we usually do it once a month in batches. The live stream of Ike, it squeaked through without restrictions. I couldn't figure it out. And I thought that was odd, right? But whatever. A couple of days later, or maybe it was the next day, we uploaded his show, which was the same show that was live streamed. And instantly, as it was on our channel, it was restricted. And it's not the yellow money sign that you get. You get three. You get green, which is full on. You get yellow, which is like limited bad boy stuff. And then you get the black restriction, which is the $sign with the black Ghostbuster thing stamped over the top of it. You don't want the black one. When it goes straight to black, you can't ask for a manual review. So anyway, there it was. Right? It didn't make any sense. And they were the same videos. One isn't restricted. Another one has got the black stamp. So, anyway, all of this is done by software algorithms. It's not done by humans. And I get it. There's nothing you can do. You just got to roll with the punches. But as of today, for some reason, YouTube has gone back and switched everything to full-on green $signs for Mr. Ike. Don't get it. Is this a sign that they're about to give him his channel back? Is there something going on behind the scenes? Are they negotiating? I don't know. I'm not sure. But over the years, I've gotten many, many videos reversed with the manual review, but never with Ike or Mars. They just sit there with that ominous black $sign with the Ghostbusters, next to them. To see this reversal of fortune today is confusing, but maybe it's a sign of things to come. Maybe a brighter day where we don't have to fear the 1984 machine in action. Seriously. I don't know. Can't explain it. There you go. This is Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. Tonight, Fadernight. It is Thursday. Open lines all night long. 747-228-2051. 747-228-2051. This is Fade to Black and the Game Changer Network and KGRA, The Planet. I'll be right back after this short break. Stay with us.
This is Nicole Church, daughter of you-know-who, and you're listening to Fade to Black on JimmyChurchRadio.com and the Game Changer Network.
You're listening to Jimmy Church, Fade to Black.
Fade to Black will now pause for alien identification.
The station that talks the net. KGRA Radio. When you take the beans from Central America with dashes of Indonesian and African mixed in and then roast it to the dark side of Fade to Black,
you create the ultimate brew of fringe. Introducing the Fade to Black blend from Rivermoon Coffee. Yes, Rivermoon's darkest customized roast was created for the love of Fade to Black. The alchemy of masterful roasting and smoking the beans is in every sip of this full-bodied, dark Java. I need my coffee dark, deep, with distinct bittersweet chocolate highlights, just like the bunker. Leaning further into the darkness of the roast is Fade to Black blend from Rivermoon Coffee. Just click on the banner at jimmychurchradio.com and use the promo code F2BBLEND for 15% off of your order today. Go Beckley Teppy. This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and you can get our podcast for just $2 per month. All you have to do is click on the podcast banner over at jimmychurchradio.com.
OMG! People are jumping on board to the Life Change Tea Regiment. Brew, steep, and drink for a gentle, taste-great cleanse. It's changing how they feel. See what everybody's talking about. Log on to getthetea.com. That's getthetea.com. Life Change Tea aids in digestive slowdown and helps people get moving down a healthy path. We won't make claims. We'll just let you decide. Experience is much better than a commercial anyway. If you want results, log on to getthetea.com and purchase your super strength cleansing tea. You won't be disappointed. And if you're looking for some mind-body suggestions, go to YouTube and punch in the search bar Health Matters Now. That's Health Matters Now. Put power into your health now. So, getthetea.com. That's getthetea.com for super strength tea. And YouTube, Health Matters Now. That's Health Matters Now for valuable suggestions. Getthetea.com. The tea that makes you go.
9 out of 10 geneticists agree.
Fade to Black is not your father's radio show on the Game Changer Radio Network and KGRA, The Planet.
Hi, this is Rob Reiner from Anvil, and you're listening to JimmyChurchRadio.com.
What's up? I'm Chris. What up? This is Kyle Matthew, and you're listening to Jimmy Church Radio.
All right, welcome back. Fade to Black. Thursday night, Fadernight. So I just, in case you're wondering, it's 747-228-2051. So I walked down the hall into Rita's studio, and she's got even bigger monitors than I have, right? But was looking at the feed in there, and wow, yeah, you guys got it going on. It's all good. All right. It's like, whew, I want the best for everybody. I want you to be able to just go, and no matter what you're doing, so many of you, you have a mobile device. Maybe it's a phone or a tablet, or maybe you're out doing things and you're going around the house and you've got the headphones in and you're doing stuff while you're doing listening to the show. And when you get an interruption in the feed and on your phone, it's frustrating, and you don't know if it's your phone, and you're going, I know how it is because I do it all the time too. And you just want the best, most consistent feed. I want that for you. And so hopefully all of this is fixed. Okay. And I was just over there looking at it, and I got to start shaving. Man. I got to worry about that stuff now. So, and I do miss, before I get to the phones, I do miss the old days before video cameras and the live feed. And we did that for you guys and the exclusive bunker camp. But suddenly, now I've got to think about a cam. I don't do it as much anymore. But back then, I was just by myself. Right? No cameras, nobody looking. I've got the mic, and I can just concentrate. I don't want to have to think about other things. And it was always a part of it. So hopefully all of that is done. Okay, all right. Let's get to the phones. Let's see who's up first. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey, Jimmy, this is eHonda720 on YouTube. I'm the host of the Gay Frog Chat. I talked to you a couple weeks ago.
You're the host of the Who What Chat?
It's called the Gay Frog Chat. Play on words, kind of. We talk about conspiracies and UFOs and government stuff that's going on and all that.
Okay, all right. Your name's Ian?
I'm sorry, it's eHonda, like the guy from Street Fighter.
eHonda. Okay.
Yeah, a guy from Street Fighter.
Okay.
Big fat guy,
Well, I never did. I did Street Fighter. Man, we're talking about decades. Okay.
Yeah, I'm old too, man. I'm right there with you.
Yeah. We're talking about decades. I love Street Fighter. It was something that I always wanted to, and we can move on, but I always wanted to get the home version of it, right, instead of the arcade, and and go at it with Rita, right? But she won't do it. I even suggested, let's get a boxing game. You want to take out all your frustrations on me, right? But we never did. We never went down that road. Okay, E Honda, what's on your mind tonight?
Yeah, I feel you, man. All my friends just want to play shooting games. They don't want to play the fighting games. They're afraid.
Yeah.
But today, I went to the unemployment office. I've been unemployed for, it's been 10 weeks now since I've had a job.
Right.
And I've had, let's just say, a small issue that had to be resolved with unemployment. And I've called them several thousand times in that 10 weeks, trying to get a hold of someone. Can't get a hold of anyone. Finally today, I was like, hey, everything should be open, so I'll just go to the unemployment office and drop some stuff off to somebody and talk to somebody. Nope, they're still closed. So I was looking into it. Did you know that over 50% of people who filed for unemployment have yet to receive a payment?
I think half of the country with the checks from the Treasury are still waiting for their money too, as well. So.
Correct, but I'm saying of all of the people who have applied for unemployment currently, it's over 50% have not received a dime.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm trying to say, E-Honda, is that on the Treasury side, that should be a billion times easier than unemployment, right? They've already got your data. Try not paying taxes. They know where you live then, don't they? Right?
Oh, you're talking about that $1,200?
Right. And so half of the people haven't received that money either. And so you flip over to the unemployment side where obviously everybody's unemployed right now. I have no idea. What are the rates right now? It's like 30% of the country, right?
Sitting at 21% when I was looking at it earlier, but that's probably conservative based upon how they measure it.
Yeah.
It usually sits higher than they say anyway, so who knows what it is right now.
Yeah, how many people actually get into the system, right? But anyway, 50% of the people that need it the most aren't getting it. Yeah, what do you blame it on?
Bureaucracy at this point. I mean, the fact that they can't get their act together to maybe hire a few extra people to take phone calls and get them trained up so that proactively do that a couple of weeks ago, knowing that this was going to happen, have the infrastructure in place or at least the logistics to think about things in the future rather than being reactive, be proactive.
What state are you in?
Colorado, Denver, Colorado.
And so I would think, I don't know, but this is a state level issue, right? This isn't a federal issue. So
correct.
The state of Colorado, what are they saying about it?
Well, that's the thing. You can't get anybody on the telephone to talk to anybody in the department that will answer questions for what you have to ask, right? And so there's no point in calling anybody else.
No, it's got to be it's got to be so frustrating. Are they saying anything on the news? Is the governor making statements about how they're going to fix the problems?
As far as I've heard, they know that there is a problem, and they've talked about hiring some more people to work in the call center. So they've already, they're thinking about doing that. But again, it's being reactive, not proactive.
Right.
Governor Jared Polis is the guy, and every time he's on TV talking about this stuff, it's everything they're doing that's so good. It's nothing that, none of the challenges that people are facing, and specifically this one, I think, which is, if you look at 22 million people in the last couple of weeks have filed for unemployment, and 55% of those nationwide, that's not just Colorado, haven't received a dime.
Right, that's insane. Is it going to be backdated?
Supposedly, once they finally catch up to it, you should get all of that money, as long as money is still worth money and the treasuries don't empty out before they get to you, I guess.
Well, more important than that, I want you to be alive by then. You still have to eat and pay rent and keep up with the rest of your life. None of that goes away, does it?
Yeah, I've been selling stuff. Thankfully, I've been making a little bit of money on YouTube through super chats and donations and stuff like that. But really, it's not very much compared to having a job.
Right. Right.
Which I had for the past 7 years straight at the same place. So it is what it is.
Yeah. Wow. Well, so many people are in your position, and certainly with Fade to Black, we are no different than any other small business across this country, and everybody is trying to figure out the best way to move forward. We're all in this together. We are all in this together. I have heard from so many different people, not only speaking about what you're stating with us right now, but it's also the concerns for the future. I don't know, I have no clue. I have no idea what it's going to be like for restaurants, that had seating areas, and it's twofold. It's not only the restaurants and the owners and for them to bring the business back, but it's us, the people that now have this fixation in the back of our minds about not only coronavirus, but face mask and social distancing. Are we going to be interested in going out? Are we going to make the changes that takeout and ordering in is the way of the future? I don't know, and it's going to be definitely a combination of the both, right? It's not going to be everybody going back to restaurants or going to sporting events or theaters or rock concerts. It's not going to be like that. Some are. But what is the general feeling going to be like for the planet? Not just for Colorado, right? This isn't a Los Angeles thing. This is everybody. And
right, I'm thinking like busy bars and arcades and stuff like that, where people are touching all kinds of stuff. Like, what chance do they have in this future where the soccer moms are afraid to take little Johnny out?
Yeah. What's it going to be like? I have no idea. I really don't.
I did have one more thing for you though before you let me go, if that's okay.
Sure.
So, I don't know, 10 weeks ago, last time I was in downtown Denver, we have a pretty bad homeless problem. I'm sure you can relate. You're in LA or of it, it's nothing like that, but we have thousands and thousands of homeless people in downtown Denver. So I was down there today. I saw about 25.
What's the difference?
There was thousands and thousands before.
Right.
Today, when I was down there was just a few. There were very few of them.
Where did they go?
I don't know. I'm thinking that I remember reading something about them paying for hotels to put homeless people in for the pandemic because they don't want them out on the street spreading it to everybody.
Right.
So maybe they implemented that plan, but how much is that costing if they did? And also, where did they all go if that's not where they went?
Right. Yeah, very, very interesting. I don't know. And here in L.A., well, see, this is the other issue. I don't get out and drive around every day like I used to, right? Everything's closed.
Right.
I've got no place to go. I have no meetings. I have no, things. So I haven't been able to go out and explore. The normal places where the homeless have been encamped around us, they're still there. They haven't gone away. They haven't. So
maybe that's just a Colorado thing, some kind of plan that they did or something.
Yeah. I've heard that it's gotten worse in San Francisco. I heard it's definitely elevated up there. Not much chatter about it here in Los Angeles, though. No, not. Yeah, with the homeless issue in L.A., we've been dealing with it for so many years now. This isn't something that is new for people to experience like it has been around the country, for sure. But we've been dealing with it for so long. We have here along the beaches, Venice Beach, across the valley where there are certain streets that don't have parking restrictions, have been, block with dozens of RVs that are there. You can just drive up and down and see it. And we're just so acclimated to it. And, it's just something that's never seemed to have gone away. And it's been talked about at the city level, the city council level. What are we going to do about this? We need to provide for them. We need to figure out a solution to this problem. It's not getting people off of the streets because it's something that we don't want to deal with. It's not that. It's that what is the problem? Let's get that fixed. Let's get these people homes. Let's get them jobs. Let's get them treatment or hospitalization, whatever put them there. Let's fix that so they don't have to be there. Nobody wants to see people living like that. Now,
yeah, I agree.
Yeah, the other flip side to it is there are people out there, and I'm one, by the way, that I could see myself living in an RV. Right? I see the appeal of it. I see the appeal. I do. So there are people that want to live in an RV, drive around the country, and chase gasoline prices. Hey, it's a free country. And if you can do that, and that's what you want to do it. Then there's the other side where people are living in a broken down RV with flat tires on the side of the road because it's all they've got. That's a different story, right? And we've got to figure out how they got there, and let's try to fix this problem. And it's a nationwide thing. So, well, good luck to you. What's the next step with the unemployment office?
I have done everything that I can do. I've called them. I'll continue to call them every day until I get a hold of somebody. But I've mailed them papers, I've faxed them papers, and today I physically put them into the Dropbox, but as neatly as I could. So hopefully they get it and get back to me and fix the issue so that they can start paying me. But with the number of people in line in front of me, I am more thinking I'm probably going to get back to work and start making money like that before they ever get to me. Like maybe someday they'll catch up and I'll have this big payday from this terrible time where I really had nothing. So, and that's right now. And I do want to say real quick, I want to reach out to the communities, man. Like my own YouTube community has helped me out a ton through this. They've given donations. They're very understanding. They have good hearts. And I just want to say thank you to everybody out there who's helped me and who's helped somebody else out there. I know I'm not the only one in trouble. And I know that, in the position that I sit in, I certainly have more resources than a lot of people do to reach for and ask for help with. So I don't know, maybe try to find somebody who needs some help and help them out. It's hard to ask. It really is. So right. That's what I'd have to say.
Yeah, right. Well, yeah. The YouTube community, and certainly with the Fadernauts, whenever another Fadernight has needed some help, a few times over the years, it's always humbled me to see everybody come together. And we're seeing that right now on this planet, for sure. People are doing it like they've never done it before, and it just makes me feel good. Gives me hope. Yeah. Gives me hope for humanity. Honda, enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'll be over on Coast to Coast tonight if you're staying up late, so you can go and hang out with us over there. All right?
Oh, yeah, man. Hey, I'll send you a tweet with a link to my YouTube channel if you don't mind.
Yeah, do it. I'll talk to you. Thank you, man.
All right, thanks, brother.
Talk to you. Honda out there in Denver. Yeah, it does make me wonder about what is actually going on out there. When you hear about 21 million, another 5 million today, and another 5 million here, that's a lot, right? It's you can't have 50% of 21 million people who are absolutely feeling the crunch of this, not getting any assistance. You just can't. It can't be that way. It can't. Let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey, it's Mark from Dallas, man. What's up?
Hey, Mark. How are you, man?
Man, just trying to fight through this virus thing, man. I'll tell you something, man. The state of Texas is sick of it. We're ready to go back to work. Our governor is trying to end it. And I went into a Home Depot today. The thing was packed. And we got restaurants opening up. We're building houses. It is on like Donkey Kong down here, man.
Well,
and I would say, and let me say this: my heart goes out to that young man that called, and I feel for these folks, and we have got to get our lives back to some semblance of normalcy. You feel me?
I do. Well, I can only imagine that everybody out there has the same mindset that I do. Okay, we're all feeling closed in. We're all feeling the pinch, and there's the money side of it, but you're looking at four walls all the time, right? And the freedoms that you once had. Look, Mark, this is the truth, right? If you can do whatever you want, whatever it is, that's the feeling that you want to have, the freedom, right? You don't go and do all those things, right? You don't go to the movies every single night. You don't go out to dinner every single night. You don't go to Magic Mountain, Six Flags every single day of the week. You don't go jump in your car and drive for 100 miles to go to a barbecue place every single day. You don't do that. It's knowing that you can do it is the difference.
There you go.
Right? Now.
Amen.
Right? Because before the lockdown, Mark, your slappy butt was staying at home every night watching TV and eating with the family. But you knew that you could leave if you wanted to. Right? We need to get rid of that feeling. Nobody wants to feel restricted. Right, that you can't do something. And that's what we got to get rid of.
I believe that's why we revolted against the British 250 years ago. This is America. Let me tell you something. I'm willing to face this thing. If I got to wear a mask occasionally, I will do it. But I am not going to let this, and we still don't even know what this thing is. It's not going to control me or my family. We're going to be careful. We're going to use common sense. But man, it's killing the economy of this country. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? At what cost? This is a great test for this country and the people in this country. We're about to see what people are made of.
Yeah.
And,
you're right, Mark. You're right. Let me say this. Just let me say this. It's a situation. It's a situation where we can't have it both ways, and this is what it is. On one hand, I hear everybody saying, look, it's 80,000, 85,000 people have died. It's tragic. We have 1.5 million people infected. Okay, it's tragic, but it's not enough. That doesn't warrant shutting down the country. The numbers aren't that big. And then on the flip side of that, and I hear everybody say these things, and it's a valid argument, except this is where the defense case does not hold water. If it was the other way around, and we didn't have these stay-at-home orders, and the opposite happened, and we had 300 million infected and 10 million dead because everybody wanted their freedoms, is that worth it? Is the number low today because of what was done? That's all that I'm saying, and there's nobody out there that can answer that. We can't answer. We don't know. We don't know. But is it worth rolling the dice on the other side? You know, I don't know. Were we prepared? I don't know. You know, nobody expected this, right? Nobody expects a Spanish Inquisition. You know, and when this stuff happens by surprise, all you can do is deal with it the best that you can, and let's see what happens in the end. You know, and that's where I'm at, Mark. I don't know, my brother. Well, I don't know. I wish I had the answers. I don't know.
And I know you're about to go to, you're up against it, but let me, before I go, 500,000 people will die due to smoking-related deaths, and yet no one is banning tobacco use. Mm-hmm. How many people will die due to alcohol-related deaths this year, and yet no one is even talking about banning alcohol? Mm-hmm. You know where I'm going with it? See where I'm going?
Look, how many people died of opioid overdoses?
Thank you.
How many?
Right.
How many? How many? And as long as not only the corporations that own the tobacco companies, the corporations that own all the alcohol companies, all of the big pharma companies that are cranking out pills, as long as that profit is there, you and I don't have anything to say. That's it. That's it. That's it. There's it's that part's not going to change. It never will.
No.
You know, we even went through, I got 30 seconds. Do you remember, and I can't even fathom this as a fact, but it is, hard alcohol was banned on television. Right? Right? Not anymore. Yep. How did we go full cycle on that one? You know, and how do we go full cycle on? Pot used to be illegal, right? But you could, get a haircut. But here we are today, right? Pot is legal, and getting a haircut, you're going to get arrested, right? It's
bizarro world, man.
Man, it don't make no sense. Hey, man, strum that guitar. What are you playing?
Man, I was playing along with your own hold. I was playing along with your own hold music, man. Your own hold music is cool.
Oh, man. Mark from Dallas, man. You have a good weekend, my friend. We'll see you on Monday. We got a great week next week. We'll see you on Monday.
You know I'll be there. Brother.
Thank you so much. Mark from Dallas, always bringing his A game. This is Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. It is Thursday night. It is Fadernight. Open lines all night long. 747-228-2051. 747-228-2051. I'll be right back after this short break. More of your phone calls are next. It's Fade to Black, Fadernight on the Game Changer Network and KGRA, The Planet. Stay with us.
This is Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Radio Network and KGRA, the Global Radio Alliance.
This is KGRA Digital Broadcasting Station, Salt Lake City, Utah, Van Buren, Arkansas.
Hello, my name is Billy Carson, and I am a best-selling author and the founder of ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. Together with my team, we have built an all-new conscious streaming TV platform designed with every family member in mind. If you have ever wanted to travel the world and attend lectures and workshops from your favorite speakers but weren't able to, look no further. ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. There are dozens of workshops and lectures from speakers you know and love. We have also included amazing categories to assure that your consciousness is entertained and elevating on a daily basis. Amazing interviews, ancient history, ascension knowledge, wisdom teachings, documentaries, conspiracies, mysteries, health and fitness, conscious cooking, meditations, finance, yoga, and so much more. To start your free trial on any mobile device or computer, surf to forbiddenknowledge.tv. That's Forbidden Knowledge with the number 4, forbiddenknowledge.tv. Again, visit forbiddenknowledge.tv today.
Introducing the new Surfer Music app. Listen, Fadernight, you know I love my music. This is my go-to for all things notes. The Surfer app is a brand new concept in music listening. Surfer is free, providing unlimited access to thousands of live streaming radio stations. Surfer is an exciting, interactive listening experience. Discovery and surprise are built right in. Surfer is your destination to discover and rediscover great live streaming music. It features high-quality audio streams, free access to music from thousands of live streaming radio stations, unlimited listening, unlimited skipping. You get a music visualizer, and you can also select your favorite channels. Get it at the Apple App Store or Google Play. Just search Surfer Music or click on the Surfer banner at jimmychurchradio.com. Go back, Lee Tappy.
Okay, nurse, let's get this man to the ER stat.
Right away, doctor.
We see this every day. Heart attack or angina pain due to blocked and clogged arteries. Chelation can remove obstructions or blockages from arteries and help avoid painful and expensive surgery. Now there's Angioprim. It's a liquid oral chelation product that you take with juice. You start to feel the results fast. Angioprim increases blood flow all over the body, and that means more energy and strength to take on the day with less aches and pains. 60 years of research has gone into chelation, and Angioprim is the result. A safe and easy way to unblock your veins and arteries from buildup that slow circulation.
Paging Dr. Jones. Please report to the emergency room right away.
Log on now to angioprim.com. That's ANGIOPRIM.com. Or to speak with a trained consultant. Give Angioprim a call at 954-882-7221. That's 954-882-7221.
Hello, I'm Katie, and you're listening to my main man, Jimmy Church, on jimmychurchradio.com.
Hi, this is Ray Hobbs here, repping the planet, and you're listening to my good friend, Jimmy Church, Fade to Black, on the Game Changer Network and the KGRA Digital Broadcast Station.
This is Toby Kebbell. You're listening to jimmychurchradio.com. Don't hurt me, Jimmy. I'm only little.
Hey, I'm Adrian Grenier.
And this is Ari Gold.
We're the Honey Brothers.
Yes.
We're also Honey Brothers. Hey, I'm Adrian Grenier.
And I'm Ari Gold.
We're the Honey Brothers.
And you're listening to Jimmy Church.
The Revolution.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and you can become an official Fadernight by just going to our membership section at jimmychurchradio.com.
Hello, this is Serena Wright Taylor from Conscious Life Expo, and you're listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church, who holds the Lucky Pony record for the best astrological chart since 1963. True story.
This is Micah Hanks of the Gralien Report, and you're listening to Jimmy Church on Fade to Black, across the globe on the Game Changer Radio Network and the one and only KGRA Radio, The Planet.
Welcome back, Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. Open lines. It is Thursday nights, Fader Night, 747-228-2051. It's your calls, your conversation on the paranormal, UFOs, supernatural, time travel, conspiracies, lost history, whatever. Everything's on the table tonight. It is my favorite night of the week. Let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hi, Jimmy. This is Steve from Pasadena.
Steve from Pasadena. How you doing, man?
Former Las Vegas. Just moved back here to my hometown. Nice to be back.
Yeah, right on. Love Pasadena, man. Lived there for years. What's on your mind tonight, Steve?
Well, I've been doing my research, and just a little news bits that Leslie King just wrote an article, and she posted it up, and regarding on the New York Times regarding the incidents that were declassified, 8 incidents with unidentified flying objects.
Okay.
So I posted it on the Fade to Black Facebook. So it's up there. And also, I kind of, since I'm back in California, I focus on sightings here in California. And I did that prior to moving to Vegas 4 years ago. But Kevin Day is being funded by the Silicon Valley. He has an organization called UAPX. And later this year, he's going to take a scientific team, and they're going to travel over there, sail to Catalina Island and Guadalupe Islands, because that's where these UFOs, that fleet was seen coming close to. So he's going to be going over there doing some investigation. I think there's a base there near Catalina Island. I spoke to Preston Dennett the other not too long ago, asked if he was consulted by Kevin Day, and he said he was. So Preston Dennett is the expert here in California on submerged UFOs here off Catalina Island. He wrote excellent books.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that's kind of interesting. And then there was a sighting with video taken in Brazil, Rio de Janeiro.
Yeah, I talked about it in the opening of the show tonight.
Right. And so I have some video of that. So I'll be going to your page and, clicking posting it so people could see the video. Did you see the video?
I did.
Right. Yeah. Well, the video from there's different videos, about 2 or 3 videos. And if you look at the video, one's just a flashing light zigzagging all over the place. And one kind of looks like an orb that's just dancing around. But supposedly one came down, those things. So, I'm trying to get as much information on that.
Yeah, it's a pretty, the video itself, okay, I looked at like 10 different videos today out of Mage, which is right outside of Rio de Janeiro. The one video that was emailed to me this morning shows what looks like the re-entry of something, or the entry. Could be a meteorite eventually once it hits the ground. It looks like, and you can see the end of the video, it goes right into the side of a hill right outside of the city. It's a cell phone video taken from a balcony, and you can see the side of the hill light up as this thing comes down. Now, it's breaking apart. It looks like your typical, meteor coming in that we've seen videos of. But what's interesting is it happens during, the rest of these orbs that are being shot above the city. And is there a relationship between the two, or is it just a coincidence that a meteor crashes down in this city when everybody is filming these orbs? The orbs are different colors. They're orange, they're white, they're blue, they're red. Some are in groups. Some look like they're moving around in like a formation. I've seen the one that is fluttering. That is very interesting too as well. And then through all, when all of this is going down, this bleeping meteorite, or maybe it could be a satellite, I don't know what it is, comes down and crashes into the city at the same time. So yeah, a lot of action going on down there. And for everybody that monitors this, you can go and check this out. And I'd like other people's comments too as well about what they think may be happening down there in Mage. Very interesting set of videos for sure.
And one of the footage that I got 2 weeks ago was there in Burbank, right off the mountains off of Burbank right there. That looks like kind of like a Tic Tac, a cylinder flying right over the mountains. Kind of interesting. Southern California is a hotspot for UFOs, and it's one of the top states in the United States that gets sightings. And if you watch Stephen Greer's movie, Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind, most of the video there that he shows is all from California, off the Newport Beach, all here in California. So, look up in the skies here in California. It's a hot spot.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Steve, welcome back to California, man.
Thank you, Jimmy. Take care, buddy.
I'll talk to you, man. Have a good night.
You too, buddy.
Steve is right about a couple of things, and when it comes to California, there are a few places where you can go where the stuff is going down, all the time. Seen a lot of things. I went out into our backyard with our night vision stuff and spent hours in the backyard looking towards the skies. And I saw a couple of things, here and there, but nothing like the other areas in California where you can go and just see some of the most insane things. I do want to, was just speaking with Rita and Steve Murillo and Wolf McCarran about going out to the Mojave. Going out to the desert, it's not very far from where we live, but heading out, going out on the 14 and then way up near Edwards Air Force Base, you hang a right, and there's about 80 miles of freeway between there and the 15 freeway, and this is no joke, where there is nothing there. Rita and I, when we were coming back from Vegas last month, and we drove through that part of the Mojave, and I turned to Rita and I said, "This is where you want to sky watch. There is nothing here. There, and you're driving on the freeway out there in the middle of the desert. You look to the left, you look to the right. As far as the eye can see, there's not a building, there's not a power line." There's not lights. There's not a radio tower. There is nothing there. Brilliant place with no light pollution where you can just go out, pull off to the side of the road and just look up to the sky. And plus you have Edwards right there. You have the Mojave Flight Test Center, right, where they're doing all of the stuff with Virgin Galactic. And all the secret Skunk Works projects are going on. So there's stuff to see out there at night. And we're going to do it soon. Let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Faded Black. Who's calling? You're live. You are live. Okay. I hate to do this to you. Let's try this one. Hi, you're live.
As far as the eye can see.
Okay, all right. You're live right now.
It's not.
Hello.
Yes, you're live.
Jimmy?
Yes.
Hey, how's it going? This is David Christopher. How's it going?
Hey, David. How are you, man?
Hanging in there. Trying to do my best to survive this almost apocalypse, so to speak. Right?
Yeah. I laugh because this isn't the apocalypse that I pictured.
Right. True.
The apocalypse was supposed to be a little bit different. Having
zombies and running around, and it's not quite the same, is it?
No, it's not. Okay, but anyway, David, what's on your mind tonight?
Yeah, well, I kind of missed the beginning of the show, and I'm surprised that you picked up as I was trying to listen to just now. So, but anyway, no, I just wanted to comment on like the weird changes in the weather and everything, and how it's like I don't know. For me, I've seen a lot of weird stuff, which is why I listened to your show and Art Bell even back in the day. For years now, and I do have a military background. Retired in like 2018. So nowhere dangerous, unfortunately. But Guantanamo Bay was one of the spots I went to 2006 and whatnot, and the border mission, like after I came back home.
Mm-hmm.
So, but anyway, when a couple of years ago, I started working as in the moving industry, and that involved me driving intrastate, basically.
Right.
So all over the Pacific Northwest and everything. So during my time as just driving a box truck from state to state, I would see different like UFOs, basically, or whatever they want to call it now. So I would see things, and I'll just give you one, the last one that sticks out in my mind. I was driving from LA to California, LA to Arizona. Okay. It's like 2 a.m. in the morning. Okay. So it's dark. It's summertime. This is last year, as a matter of fact. And as I'm driving along the 10 freeway, I'm about an hour and a half away from Phoenix. Okay. I see to my left, to the left side of the highway up in the sky, there's a limited cloud, partial cloudiness, but you can still kind of make out like planes and everything from time to time if you do see them. Clear night, no smog. So anyway, as I'm driving, there was this I want to say airplane or some kind of helicopter type of deal that just kind of descended from the clouds, right? And I'll say like maybe about 2,000 feet up, descended from this cloud bank, all right, and slowly started moving in the path that I was coming from, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking and I'm thinking, wow, that's kind of weird. It's not, it doesn't look like a Air Force or any military type of jet, at least that I know of, that can do that. Okay. And it wasn't making any noise that I could hear. I mean, the truck is loud and everything, but it's, you can still hear like jet engines roar and everything. So anyway, I see that and I'm fixated on it. And maybe about 10 seconds later, another aircraft of some type or UFO drops down the same way, very slowly, okay, and starts heading east. Okay, and I'm like, wow, that is the craziest thing, because there's no, once again, they're not making any noise, and the configuration of the lights, I mean, it looked like it could have been terrestrial, it could have been an experimental craft, but the things that they were doing was just out of the norm.
Mm-hmm,
okay,
mm-hmm.
There are things like that I've seen and witnessed, which got me into the whole UFO investigation thing for myself, right? And just listening to see if I can catch people that may have had the same experience. One other incident, and I'll just leave it at that. One other incident. Driving on the 5, and this is when I was a National Guardsman at the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, I'm going to drill from here to LA all the way to I won't give it Concord. I'll just say Concord.
San Francisco.
Cali, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, the Bay Area, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm driving there. It's Friday night. I've got like the big pickup truck that I'm trying to I'm going to go there and pick up some more of my things to come back down at the same time later on, pick up my motorcycle, I should say. So I got the big truck, Ram 2500, just phenomenal machine, right? So I'm driving along the 5, and just outside of Buttonwillow, about the Buttonwillow exit, where the 58, where you catch the 58 going towards Bakersfield.
Right.
Not Bakersfield. Bakersfield.
Yep.
So as I'm approaching that, about 45 minutes away, along the right side of the road, there are these lights. And there's 3 of them, okay? In the center, there's a white light and 2 red lights, like orbs, basically. They're orbs. So they're on an angle. If you can imagine that, I got my left hand up and my right hand a little bit lower than that. And the white light is in the middle, so on an angle. So I see them coming together, and then they spread apart And to my eye, it looks like they're, like maybe it's an airplane that's going around in a circle. But I'm like, damn, that's a big plane, if that's doing all that. So I'm watching this, and, I pull over on the side of the freeway because I'm like, wow, I want to, take this in. Now, it always amazes me. No one is pulling over to, like, look at this. I'm the only one, like, just, with my phone, trying to get my phone out, to, like, trying to, to try to film it. No one seems to notice or care. So, but as I pull over to the side of the road, I'm still watching this, and the white orb in the center heads towards I guess a power box off in the distance in a field. Okay, and it's in front of the box, and I could see it illuminating the white box, basically the whatever that is, the power box or whatever it was. Okay. And I'm still standing there like, wow, this is it's crazy because it's, I don't know how to process it. You know what I mean? So I'm standing there, sitting there. I didn't get out of the vehicle actually, but I'm sitting there and I'm trying to get my phone, and I try to film. I film like maybe 2 seconds before the staff sergeant in charge calls me up to make sure I'm on my way to get to drill.
Of course.
And he's like, "Hey, Sergeant Christopher, you what's going on?" Now, I'm not using my actual name, people, so don't worry. I will share that with you in detail at some point. But it's Sergeant Christopher. Everything's okay? Because he hears the amazement in my voice, but I don't explain anything to him, because I don't want to sound crazy. I don't want to, have that out there. So he's like, I'm like, hey, I'm fine. I'm just, I'm on my way. I'm going to be there on time. So, no worries. So the lights, I'm still, after I hang up with him, the lights are still there, and they go back into their formation. And like I said, they come together in the middle, and then they spread apart, and they eventually dissipate or disappear. So like I said, these are things that I've seen with my own eyes, where I'm like, all right, there's something more to it, because I'm a healthy skeptic, basically. I believe that there's other life out there, but I also think that there's a lot of technology that the military establishment has secretly that they're not sharing with us.
Well,
so
and
I do believe that it's possible.
And before I let you go, that is that area. I was just talking about the Mojave Desert and Edwards Air Force Base. That freeway, the 58, is the one that I was just referring to, that goes all the way. If you go east, it goes all the way to the 15. Yeah. I think it ends at the 15, and then you go north into Vegas. But that that is the part of the Mojave Desert that you're talking about right now, where
Jimmy, no, that's the 5 freeway.
No, the 5
this is going north on the 5. Yes.
Yeah, I understand, but you said the 58 going to Bakersfield.
Yes, that where it begins.
That's right. The 58 is the freeway that I was referring to, that goes all the way across. Now that area right there, 5 freeway, 58. Once you get over the mountains here, down the Grapevine on the 5, excuse me, and head north to Bakersfield. That's the area that I'm talking about. You get on the 58 right there at the 5, and you go east, and that goes all the way through the Mojave Desert and ends at the 15. Yes. That's where all the secret testing goes on. That's all the secret testing. That's Skunk Works. That's Edwards Air Force Base. The Mojave Test Center. I
never knew that.
That's right. Yes.
I never knew that.
You see? And what you're witnessing there, could it be some kind of black project stuff? Absolutely. Could it be UFOs checking us out? Absolutely. That is one of the craziest spots in all of the country to go and see stuff. And so there you go, man.
Glad I know that now. I never knew that.
Now you do.
Well, I have to get with you offline at some point, because I am, I was looking to get into broadcasting before I got deployed so many years ago. I went to Santa Monica College. I got my associates. Did a broadcasting class. The professor tried to push me into it, and I was like, I want to do it, but the deployment happened.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, and I live here. I'm always in Burbank myself, at the shopping center there with the Walmart and Target and everything.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times. So
that's called the Empire Center.
Yes.
Yeah, one of my favorite places for a couple of reasons. But I'll tell you what they are. Next door to each other in that center, unique to all of Southern California, is a Wendy's and a Krispy Kreme's.
Yes.
Shares the same parking lot.
There's a big line.
There always is a line there, man. There's always
I've been bike riding like 10 miles a day since this thing started, just about. So I know what you're saying. I ride by them, and I'm like, wow, this is a big line.
Yeah. There's no Wendy's.
The Wendy's I've gone to many times.
Yeah. There's no Wendy's here in Southern California. They're scattered. It's not like what people think.
Yes.
So, but there's one there at the Empire Center, and they built that Krispy Kreme's right next door, and that's so we're
Panda Express is right behind it.
That's right. And so you can go to Wendy's and then pull out, go to Krispy Kreme's and get dessert, and then head home.
Yes.
David, have a great weekend. Yeah, I know. That's a great mall. Jimmy. That's a great mall. Not only is it a great mall for shopping, but there's a ton of really cool restaurants there that aren't anywhere else in Southern California, and they're all right there in a row. Boom, 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 boom. So, including one of my former favorites, Hometown Buffet. That's what I'm talking about. David, you have a good weekend, man.
You too, Jimmy. Thank you, and go Beckley Tepe.
Go Beckley Tepe. Thank you so much. That's a great phone call, man. And I'm being serious about that part of the country for Southern California. That area, the 58. Somebody just posted up in Twitter. I'm not going to scroll past. I was just on the 58 today. That goes right through the Mojave Desert. And the famous, what do they call that? The airplane graveyard that you see in all the movies, right? You see, with all of the jets that are parked and being taken apart. That's there. That's the 58. All right, right there in Southern California. All right, I'm going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with more of your phone calls. 747-228-2051. 747-228-2051. Thursday night, Fadernight. I'll be right back. Stay with us.
Way out here, we listen to Jimmy Church.
You're listening to Fade to Black.
Always on the edge of the hottest alternative talk. Jimmy Church with Fade to Black. KGRARadio.com.
¿Qué tal, mis amigos? Yo soy Mario Carson, el tiburón, y los invito para que escuchen a mi buen amigo Jimmy Church Radio. ¡Claro que sí!
Do you want to be an official Fadernaut? Of course you do. This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black. Just go to our membership section at jimmychurchradio.com. Introducing the new Surfer Music app. Listen, Fadernauts, you know I love my music. This is my go-to for all things notes. The Surfer app is a brand new concept in music listening. Surfer is free, providing unlimited access to thousands of live streaming radio stations. Surfer is an exciting, interactive listening experience. Discovery and surprise are built right in. Surfer is your destination to discover and rediscover great live streaming music. It features high-quality audio streams, free access to music from thousands of live streaming radio stations, unlimited listening, unlimited skipping. You get a music visualizer, and you can also select your favorite channels. Get it at the Apple App Store or Google Play. Just search Surfer Music or click on the Surfer banner at jimmychurchradio.com. Go Beckley Tepe.
So, you love talk radio? Then you'll love TalkStreamLive.com. TalkStream Live is always on, 24/7 with the best streaming talk shows. Find your favorite talkers and discover some new ones. It's free, readily available online or on mobile with any smartphone or tablet. Finding your favorite talk shows all in one place has gotten a whole lot easier. Just go to TalkStreamLive.com. Be sure to download the free apps from Google Play or the iTunes App Store.
You listen to us, and we listen to you. And so does the CIA. KGRARadio.com.
If you have hard water, the lime scale not only leaves white spots, it clogs pipes and breaks down appliances, costing you hundreds of dollars in energy and wear. Eliminate lime scale and other water issues like brown staining and bad odors with HydroCare water products available from Wave Home Solutions. Wave's affordable water systems don't use salts or chemicals. You'll love the way your water tastes, smells, and looks. Satisfaction guaranteed. For more information, go to bestwater123.com. That's bestwater123.com.
Are you intrigued by paranormal talk radio? You'll love the new paranormal radio app from TalkStream Live. You'll find a great selection of talk shows covering UFOs, ghosts, strange phenomena, and much more. Download the paranormal radio app now and start listening to the very best in paranormal talk entertainment, including the network you're listening to right now, the paranormal radio app, free in Google Play and the iOS App Store.
You are listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Network.
Oi, oi, I'm Reese Evans. You're listening to Jimmy Church. This is Revolution. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution is on radio. Ciao.
Welcome back, Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. It is Thursday night. It is Fadernight. Open lines all night long. 747-228-2051. 747-228-2051. If you've been on hold, stay right there. I'll get to everybody. There's a lot, it's Thursday night. It's always crazy here on the phones. But just hang tough. We'll get to everybody, just like this next caller. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
What are you doing, buddy?
Hey, JT, how are you, man?
I'm doing good. Hey, just real quick, Indy Susan sent me a message or posted it up there that a brother driver was killed today up on I-65 there. Car hydroplaned in front of him. It's a family she knows, so.
Oh, man.
Little thoughts and prayers after there.
Yeah, man.
Thoughts
Thoughts
out there
and prayers.
doing it, man. Gave the ultimate sacrifice out here today. I was sleeping, so I don't know any details about it, but anyway, so.
Right.
But,
Well, I say it every time, man, and I mean it. The men and women that are not only local and long haul, that part of the logistics and out there driving, they keep this country running, and our thanks are always out there to them because first off, I know what they're doing.
That, Jimmy.
Well, but JT, they're out there listening to me, right? They can't pick up the phone and call. They can't do, but they're listening because they enjoy the entertainment side of it. They're learning as they drive. It's like going to school, and they're out there and they're dedicated. I get all the emails all day long. I just pulled over, and thank you. I heard what you said last night, and I just want to take the time to send this email. That means a lot to me. And then there's the other part. There's the drivers, and then there is the dispatching and the logistics and the terminals and the truck stops and Man, and those truck stops are 24/7. 24/7, man.
365.
Taking care of you. You know, that's your home, man. You know, making sure you're fed, you're showered, you're gassed up, all of that stuff.
Yes, sir.
You know what? Best food in the country? Truck stop. Truck stops of America.
I don't know about
man, stop, man. Get me some.
I like the mom and pops. I always went to the mom and pops on the route that I drove because I know if they were busy, because the main truck stops to me as a driver, they're going to be there. That restaurant's going to be there no matter what.
Right.
But the mom and pops, if they don't have the good food, they're going out of business.
Yeah, that's true. Truck
That's
stops.
the way I always looked at it.
What's that play? Truck stops of America, right?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That's good food, man. That's good food.
Yes, sir.
All right. So, what's on your mind tonight, JT?
Well, I was going to give a shout out to River Moon Coffee customer service, but they just, I just posted something about that because they hit me back again about, they're trying to work with Amazon and all that, but they're second to none. They really are.
The best.
Service-wise.
The best.
So, anyway, and then this week's shows, man, I mean, the house, oh my gosh, the house. And then, you had Ruben on there.
Jim Peniston. Jim Peniston.
Jim. But him and Jim Burrows, I'm going to tell you, they've solidified my number 3 stars or pipes or whatever, that it is. I mean, even, John Burrows last week, like I said, they solidified that it is a time travel thing,
That's what.
Media.
We have to listen to Jim. We have to listen to John and Colonel Halt. All those guys were there.
Right.
But, Adrian Bestenza, these are people that were there. But that being said, I'll listen and I do constantly, and I respect those guys so much. But nobody knows. We don't know.
Right.
And that's the best part. We know something happened. That is a fact. That is a fact. Now, time travel, incredible story. If that's indeed what happened, what do we do with that? There's that side of it. UFOs, ET, extraterrestrials coming here. What do we do with that? Government running.
I don't know. I just got a tingle in my chest when you said, "What do we do with that?" And my chest just tingled.
I know. What do we do? What do we do? Something went down out there. And I'm so thankful for Jim. I'm so thankful for John Burrows and Colonel Halt to be out there still speaking about this. They're all retired. All of these guys are retired, right? They don't need to.
Nothing to lose.
Colonel Halt, he's a colonel, retired, done. You know what I mean? He doesn't have to hang out with this community and try to figure out what's going on. But they do. Right. They do. And we're going to find out hopefully one day. And I can't wait for that moment when it finally arrives.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I mean, I can't wait either. And that's cool. I got a music thing for you if you got time for that.
Sure. What's up?
Kind of switch. I want to I don't want to be on too long, People get mad at me and they start yelling at me. So. No, they don't. But music, okay, music synchronicity song. So listen to Ed King talk about how he was sitting on the couch, or Ronnie was on the couch, and he started playing that lick. Everybody knows that lick, and Ronnie said, keep it just motion with his finger, keep it going, and all of a sudden we got Sweet Home Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. But my favorite one, Burton Cummings, I can't remember the guitar player's name. They break a string, he's tuning, he starts playing his lick, and everybody says, keep it going, live on stage in front of an audience, and he keeps it going, and then they tell Burton Cummings, start singing some words. The drummer comes in, and we got American Woman. Bam!
Wasn't that Randy Bachman?
Oh, yeah, playing the guitar. That's right. That's right. Randy Bachman.
I believe that was
he started playing that.
Yeah.
And I heard him tell that story on Howard Stern again, the other day on YouTube. I watched it again, I mean, I watched that Ed King interview on YouTube. I watched that, Randy, Burton Cummins interview, man, and just, okay, keep it moving. Start singing American Woman.
But that's how it, JT, that's how it happens. Any of those songs, like what you're saying right there, and you can go to Judas Priest, like Living After Midnight, right? Or
LaGrange.
LaGrange, Black Sabbath, Paranoid. These were songs that were the last song recorded for the album because they needed a filler, right? Those are the songs that were written in 5 or 10 minutes. And
2 minutes. We wrote that song in 3 minutes. Like,
Yep. Rock and Roll by Led Zeppelin. All of these songs. And they turn out to be anthems. The songs that defined those bands. And it's always the way that it happens. I've talked to so many. I've talked to Tony Iommi about this. I talked to Rob Halford about this. About we needed one more song for the album, man. And what were we going to do? And that's how it happened. It's so funny how it goes down like that. But it's such a song that not only defines the band, but ends up defining a country. Like Sweet Home Alabama. So there you go. JT, give me the horns.
Hey, can you retell that story about the fog out here? Because it was foggy yesterday morning. That might have played a part in that accident up there. But that story in Greenwood that spooked you? Can you give that to the new Fadernight? That's been another 5 or 6 years since you told that one.
You're talking about, have you seen my dog? You talking about that story?
Yes, sir. The one that, you asked me if I got spooked out here. You were talking about how you got
let me tell you, that went down on German Church Road. Okay, Church Road, in between 25th Street and 30th Street. Okay, and right there, 38th Street, if you really want to go out to the main road. But there on German Church, in the middle of those cornfields that were out there, that's where that went down. That's a true story, man. That really happened.
I know. You might want to expand on that so the new Fadernights hear that one. I know they have. There's a lot of people haven't heard that one.
And then everybody wants me to tell a ghost story and paranormal. I always forget about that. I need to tell that story more often. Have a great night. Have a great night, JT. Give me those horns.
All right. 6 words: Mr. Stanton Frieden, Mr. Jim Mars, number 624 to 26. Everybody, go Beckley Teppy.
Go Beckley Teppy. That's JT driving his truck out there in Indy. Thank you so much for that, JT. And you have a great weekend. All right. I know that JT is going to be listening to Coast to Coast tonight. So I'll see him and the rest of you over on Coast to Coast. It's going to be later on. Don't know the exact schedule. It may be late, but nonetheless, I'll be over there tonight. So, JT, I'll see you over on Coast to Coast AM. Let's stay on the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Jimmy Church, how you doing? This is Chuck from Pennsylvania. How are you, bud?
I'm doing good, Chuck. How are you, man? What part of Pennsylvania?
Just outside Philadelphia, 30 minutes going west of it. Kind of like, have you heard of our lovely capital city, Harrisburg? It's, I want to say I'm kind of like in the middle of Philadelphia and Harrisburg.
Yeah, right on.
Of a deal.
Are you close? Yeah. Are you close to Marion Golf Club?
Oh, yes, very much so. How do you know that fine place?
Man, I've been there. What do you make of that? And our good friend Doug Aldrich, right? That plays all of our music here. That's where he was born and raised. Right there.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's around here. We call that area the main line. That is the nice zip codes like Ardmore,
it's
Gladwin.
It's a pretty nice area. Pretty nice area.
It is. It is a very nice area. So, but calling for 2 things. if you don't mind. First thing, I wanted to give massive, huge, the word I like to say, gihugical thank yous. I posted on Twitter, Fade to Black O, this week. My wife has not been doing well for a very long time. She's a heart condition, waiting for a heart transplant. Took a turn for the worse earlier this week, and now she's stuck in the hospital. We can't even see her. It's like the worst case scenario because of this whole COVID thing. But point is, I was just feeling down and lonely, and I just posted on, hashtag F2B, hey, Fadernight, my wife's not doing well, throw her some love. And I just wanted to thank every Fadernight, as I've always done ever since I joined this community, the comments and all the sending good love and good wishes that I got back, that I, of course, shared with my wife, Kara. It was just awesome and, made this situation better.
Yeah,
so
the Fadernight, I saw that, Chuck, and the Fadernauts, you post something like that, the Fadernauts don't play around, do they?
Oh, man, huge. It's just, It was just wonderful just to see, because, just to know that so many people in our community, I think everybody in our community, we're all, we're wearing a tinfoil hat and blah, blah, blah. But I mean, I've noticed with this community, even before I found out about Fade to Black, we all seem to just get it. We all seem like we're all down to earth and we care, kind of a thing. So again, I just wanted to thank everybody for that.
How's your wife doing?
Well, I mean, again, bottom line, she's had, I'll make a real brief synopsis. We're both age 47. She had a big-time heart attack, quadruple bypass, age 31. Now, leading up to today, she's had 5 heart attacks. Unfortunately, heart attacks 4 and 5 came late 2019. So that's what finally put it to the point where she needs to be on the heart transplant list, or a heart transplant list, kind of a thing. And we have the best hospital for that, Penn Med here, which is kind of lucky. But anyway, they were able to get her stable back in December. She's been able to be home, but her heart's gotten so weak, as any doctors listening, or just basic things. When your heart gets weak, you retain fluid, and it got to the point where her heart was so weak that, couldn't breathe well. So we had to kind of get her in there on Monday, and they admitted her on the spot. So they've gotten her stable, which is good. But every hour that passes is looking more and more like she's going to be there for the long haul until they do, and her heart is available.
Well, is she listening to Fade to Black right now?
No, she's not. I wish she was, but she's they've been having to keep her in, let's say, a very relaxed state to help this heal.
Wow.
Thing. But no, she isn't, but she'll be hearing this phone call, because I will download this little part of our conversation, and I'll be sending it her way tomorrow, believe me.
Well, yeah, and when she does, and that's great. Okay, that's fine. But what I want to do, Chuck, you got to promise me this. I'm looking at your post right here with her, and just geez, our heart goes out. But is this when she can listen to the show live? Right, and you're able to go in there and do this. We'll get it all set up. But not only do I want to shout out, but I want to talk to her. All right, so let's get all of that set up. Okay,
I will. Oh, sure, yeah.
Right.
You know what? I mean, tell you what, with her doctors and everything, but we have a week to figure it out. Why don't we figure out something on the dock end, make a little phone call, and why don't we set this up for first call or something like that next Thursday? I'd be fine with that, and I'm sure she would love it.
Yeah, screw the doctors, man.
I know, dude. I know, man. I know.
You can do whatever you want. You just tell them, I got a radio show. We're going to do this. This is the media, pal. Step back. Step back.
You know what? Hey, hey, 10 medicine, $, free advertising.
See?
Sure.
Exactly. Exactly. We'll make it happen, Chuck. And she's got beautiful eyes. She's got beautiful eyes, by the way. Just incredible.
Thank you. And again, I'm always, trying to be positive. I'm not one to get down about a situation that I can't change. And just, the Fadernauts are just awesome people. So your guest, the Tuesday, Ruben, correct? Yep. With now being completely stuck at home because the wife's in the hospital, I binged on Gaia, Ruben's 2 seasons. I've almost gotten through season 2. What is it? Interviews with Ed, right? Yes. So, the very first episode of season 2 is with the gentleman, I can't remember his name, who communicates with Bashar. You've had him on as a guest.
Daryl Anka.
Anka, yes. All right. So every one of Ruben's, episodes was great. That one was just amazing. And I just wanted to, throw a positive thing back out to the Fadernauts that I heard in that just resonated with me big time.
What's that?
Somewhere towards the end of that interview, Ruben asked him, when do you think we will have that face-to-face contact? Just like you always say, I don't need disclosure. This stuff is obvious. But how great would it be to not only have disclosure, but to, meet some people or races who are probably a whole lot smarter than us, as you would say, and get this planet right. But anyway, here's this gentleman who communicates with, and I fully believe everything he says, with Bashar. And they feel this is going to happen, at least per Bashar, within our lifetime. Now, that's a very quick, brief statement. Maybe some of the Fadernauts have watched this episode and are starting to remember this little 5 minutes of it.
Right.
But they were discussing how, you don't want to just, or Bashar explains, you don't want to just do it too quick. We couldn't handle it on our literal frequency. But our frequencies are beginning to get to that point. Not everybody, but people I would want to say like us in the community, people who, what I've always said, feel connected to the universe has always been my little statement. But it just, when I watched that and he said that, with all this stuff going on with COVID and all that, it just gave me this awesome, beautiful thought that I wanted to share with everybody. With all this craziness going on, how amazing would it be to have that, not in a scary way, to have that as in, okay, you guys have made it this far. Here we are. Let's get you guys, meaning Earth and Earthlings, on track, and let's go to the next level. It just inspired me, and I wanted to share that. And if anybody watches that, again, I believe it's the first one of season 2. It was just a very inspiring interview that you turned me on to by your guest, Ruben. That was just awesome. Just wanted to share it with everybody.
Yeah, and thank you for that, Chuck. And listen, right after we hang up together tonight, you got to go over to the Sandbox, head over to hashtag F2B, and look at all the hellos. Just go and see what everybody is saying right now. But
I will. I will. Thank
all
you.
right, and let's get this set up next week. And I would love to make that happen. Okay, it'll be so much fun.
I would love it. I know she would love it. I can just see now all the nurses coming in. Woo. So yeah, that would be great. Thank you as always for being something that I've got every week. I love my 3 hours with Jimmy and Fade to Black and the Fadernauts. No matter what all's going on, I can always look forward to it. So again, thank you, Fadernauts. Thank you, Jimmy, and we'll talk next week.
Thank you, Chuck, and be safe and be well, and give my best to your wife. And I wanted to ask, how's the dog?
Oh, man, Bella's awesome. In fact, as usual, I'm sure you figured it out by now, every night at 10 o'clock, we always go out. And it's like our tradition. And the first hour of Fade to Black is me and Bella. I've got this huge, ridiculous Bluetooth speaker that I wear, and I'm just blasting you with Bella going all over the neighborhood. So we are doing just fine.
Right on, man.
All right,
man. We'll talk next weekend, and I cannot wait to do the live thing from the hospital. It's not going to get any. It's my.
Just send. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Would you like me to send you an email?
Yeah, you know what to. Yeah, you know what to do.
Sure.
We'll do all of that off of the air. Okay.
You got it, sir. All right. Have a wonderful night.
You too, Chuck.
And I'm looking forward to Coast to Coast. I'm hoping there's something really cool we're going to be told about, man.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll find out. That's the best part about live radio.
You're going to make it a surprise.
I don't know. Fine. No, they just said, George just said follow my lead. So I'm going to follow George's lead. He's a pro, and we'll see what happens.
All right. I will talk to everybody later. Thank you very much. Good night.
Thank you, Chuck. That's Chuck Elliott. And his situation, and looking at all of you right now responding, man. You know what I mean? So, next week, let's do it. Live from a hospital room, right, with Kara. It's going to be really cool. So there you go. All right, and I'm looking at the clock. I am right up against it. So everybody that is on hold, you guys just stay right there, and we'll just pick up on the back end when I come back. This is Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. Thursday night, Fadernight. Open lines all night long. 747-228-2051. 747-228-2051. I'll be right back. Stay with us.
Hi everybody, this is Rob Halford, the Metal Guard on JimmyChurchRadio.com.
This is KGRA Digital Broadcasting Station. Salt Lake City, Utah. Van Buren, Arkansas.
Why is it we're not very good with our health regimen until it's too late? We don't put oil in the car until the engine blows up. When the body's out of balance, your health is not so good. Give your body some love. Log on to GetTheT.com. That's GetTheT.com. Try our Life Change Tea, which cleanses you from harmful intruders. A clean colon is one of the ways to bring the body in balance. We also carry organic supplements to help you get where you need to go. So do your body a favor. Log on to GetTheT.com. That's GetTheT.com. You can even visit our sales page to save some dough. Does anybody call money dough anymore? Anyway, if you're looking for short, helpful health tips, go to YouTube and punch in Health Matters Now. That's Health Matters Now. So, log on to GetTheT.com, shop, get balanced, then learn some cool tips at Health Matters Now. You'll be glad you did. That's GetTheT.com.
Your contact for current news and trending topics. KGRARadio.com.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and I only drink Fade to Black blend coffee from River Moon. Just click on the River Moon Coffee banner at jimmychurchradio.com. Promo code F2B Blend.
So are you tired of being tired? Well, then it's time to get the tea. Hey, it's Lisa here to tell you about this all-natural, all-organic tea I've been drinking that has had great results for over 20 years. It's called Life Change Tea, and it's specially formulated to help detoxify and cleanse your kidneys, liver, colon, and blood all at once. The colon is one of the most ignored organs in the human body. The faster that waste is eliminated from the body, the less time that waste sits in our intestines, spreading toxins to our bloodstream. This tea helps cleanse chemicals caused by outside intruders from our entire digestive system. And get this, weight loss can be a side effect. And with continued use of the tea, you can experience clearer, healthier, younger looking skin, increased energy, and a happier outlook on life. So if you're tired of being tired, get the Life Change Tea at GetTheT.com. That's GetTheT.com. And like me, you'll be glad you did.
Did you know that when you're on the road with limited data or Wi-Fi available, you can still listen to every minute of Fade to Black by just calling 605-562-4482? No smartphone, app, or internet needed. It saves your data plan and no extra cost if you have unlimited minutes. Just call 605-562-4482. You can listen to me, Jimmy Church, on any phone, anytime, anywhere. Go Beckley Tappy.
You want to know a secret? I love ponies. I really love ponies. I'm serious. I couldn't stay sane without ponies to brush.
Why fade to black? Because you never got that pony, damn it.
This is Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Radio Network and KGRA, the Global Radio Alliance.
Welcome back. Fade to Black. Thursday night, Fadernight. Open lines all night long. 747-228-2051. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. How you doing? On the Game Changer Network and KGRA, The Planet. You can follow me on Twitter at JChurchRadio. Let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hi, Jimmy. It's Skater Lisa.
Oh, my goodness. Skater Lisa.
Yeah, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I feel so fortunate. I've always wondered what you do when you go off screen, and now I know.
What do I do?
Was it you playing the guitar?
You could hear me playing guitar? Because that's what I do.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, really? You could hear me playing. What was I playing?
I'm not sure. The connection wasn't that good, but I just heard you playing.
Yeah, that's what I do. I walk around the bunker. I've got guitars on all four walls, right? So right. I'll pick one off of the wall. I'll get inspired at that moment and start playing something. And wow, so you could hear that. See, that's my little secret. Nobody's supposed to know that, Lisa.
I won't tell anyone.
Okay, nobody knows. Nobody, but that's what I do. I get up, I stretch my legs, and I'll pull something off the wall, and that's my practice time. The commercials.
That's great.
So that's cool. So what's on your mind tonight? How you doing?
I'm doing okay. I just wanted to call in and share a really quick. I don't know if they'd call it a good story or an apparition story, but a few months ago I was walking my dog in the neighborhood, and it was probably around 5 or 6 o'clock in the afternoon, and there was this old wooden chair somebody had abandoned at the corner of one of the buildings. And I'm walking towards it, looking at it, because actually in San Francisco we find a lot of great furniture that way.
Yes.
But as I got closer to it, I was like, something told me that it wasn't that kind of chair. And I was walking towards it, and I swear I could see like the lower half of somebody's torso and legs that were transparent, but they were there in the chair, and the legs were like, the entire length of the legs, the feet were down at the ground. I could see there was like a white linen material pants that had like some kind of tribal pattern on it, and they looked like the fabric looked like the wind was blowing it. It was the strangest thing. I took a picture of it, but it didn't show up in the picture. It was only when I looked at it with my eyes.
That's nuts.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
nuts.
That was the first time I'd seen something like that.
That's nuts. That's nuts. Do you remember, this was a while ago, but I'm trying to think the exact way that the story goes together, but hold on for a second. I want to get all of this correct here. So, and I'm going to pull back. Okay. 3 years ago, Graham Bonnet was on the show, and Graham is the singer for Rainbow, and and Alcatraz and the Graham Bonnet Band and all of that stuff. Great singer. Everybody knows Graham, and he's amazing. But he tells this story on Fade to Black. It was 3 years ago. He had just joined Rainbow, and he had long hair with Richie Blackmore. This is over in London. And he's in his apartment, and he looks in a mirror, and he sees his rocking chair in the front room. He's like in the back half, but this mirror goes all the way down the hallway, and he sees over his shoulder what he thinks are legs in the rocking chair. So he turns around. Do you remember that story?
I don't remember that one, but that's
okay. Well, he says
very similar.
He walks back into the living room, and sitting in the rocking chair is James Dean. Right?
Oh my God!
Right, and so he has a conversation with James Dean, and James Dean has got short hair, the James Dean look. So the next day, Graham goes out and cuts his hair like James Dean. Instead of being the long-haired rock and roller like everybody had, right? He cuts his hair off and shows up at Castle Donington. Richie Blackmore hasn't seen him since rehearsal with his long hair, and he shows up with his short hair, and Blackmore freaked out, almost kicked him out of the band right before the concert. But anyway, but that was the wooden chair story. From Graham Bonnet. What is it with these wooden chairs? It's pretty fascinating.
It was really fascinating because I walked all the way around the corner around this chair, and I could still see it. It was transparent, but I could definitely see the pants and the lower half of the torso and the legs and the wind blowing the fabric. But it was all transparent.
Was it James Dean?
Oh, no, I don't believe so. I couldn't tell. It was just the lower torso.
To get off the paranormal a little bit, I know that you live in San Francisco, and we were talking about, the homeless situation up there. I think everybody in the country recognizes that what is happening in San Francisco right now is it's a bit much, even for San Francisco standards. The craziness, because the freedom of liberties in San Francisco go all the way back, to the 60s into the 50s, and before. That's always been about San Francisco. Right. But has it gotten a little bit too much? Is it out of control up there right now?
Well, in my neighborhood, actually, it's visibly, it's not gotten a whole lot worse. I still do volunteer work with the Homeless Youth Alliance and work with the kids in the neighborhood. In fact, we lost one of the kids, passed away about a week ago in the Tenderloin because they wouldn't give him a hotel room, unfortunately. But there's still a huge number of homeless people, homeless youth, and I've started to see a few tents, like a couple blocks from where I live, which I don't have a problem with because people need some place to sleep. The police used to not let them sleep or sit anywhere, so at least they're letting them sleep a little.
Yeah, I hear you. I remember one of the first times I went to Haight-Ashbury, and everybody needs to make that pilgrimage there once in your life, right? To stand underneath that street sign and across from the park and know the history of that part of the country in San Francisco. And then you walk up and down the street there, and the amount of people that are just sitting there and asking for money and begging for change because they're elbow to elbow, right? All the way up. This was 30 years ago, Lisa. This wasn't last week, right? This is 30 years ago. And I thought to myself, this this isn't right. I know it's cool to be, hippie and live that culture, and I would love to do it, but I can't. But then there's another part of it where I just thought, you know what? It just seems I'm put off by this, and I'm a cool dude. I got my long hair, and I'm a guitar player, and everything, and I'm counterculture as it can be, but I just this is a little bit out of control. And it went from that, you know what? It went from that to what it is today. And it is something that we've got to figure out what is causing the problem. It's out of control. Definitely. It's out of control. It's out of control. How many homeless people can you have camped out in front of homes of people that have to live and step over people every single day to go to work? They know they're going to work. They know they're coming home and sleeping in a nice warm house. But out in front on the street, in front of this home that cost $1 million or $2 or $3 million, whatever it is, all the way up and down for blocks are people that aren't living like them. And that it's a conflict. It shouldn't be that way.
Yes. No, this country has so much wealth. It should be able to figure out a way to help these people.
Especially San Francisco. There's a lot of money in that town. Oh man.
But I just want to let you know, it's not as bad as what you described, when you were last year. It's definitely changed. You can walk down the sidewalk and nobody will ask you for change presently. But I know what you're talking about. It's been pretty bad in the past.
Yep. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. It's just me and my dog, and getting back in touch with the Fader family has been wonderful. And my health's good, knock on wood.
Right. Well, that's what I'm asking about. Okay, great. So you're still skateboarding with your Misfits shirt?
Absolutely.
That's what I'm talking about. Skater, you're the best, and it's so cool to see as soon as everybody hears your voice, to see Twitter light up like that. We miss you, and I'm glad you're back. Thank you so
beautiful.
much.
Thank you, Jimmy. Give my best to the family.
You're the best.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Skater Lisa. Skater Lisa. Hanging out on Fade to Black. All right, let me see. Where am I going to go to next? I don't even know. So we're going to try this one. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey, Jimmy, this is Gabriel.
Hi, Gabriel.
And I'm from Indiana, your home state.
Right on.
Nice. I got a couple things I wanted to tell you. One is Tony Iommi doesn't get enough credit for being a great guitar player.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't.
Two, the second thing real quick, if your audience is, into the Skinwalker Ranch show, the other night, in 2 minutes into the show, I saw something that came out of the mesa that was never brought up again on the show, but it came from the ground. It was crazy. So if your audience wants to go back and look at that, it was an anomalous little thing. It was pretty wild. So what I wanted to call and talk to you about, Jimmy, was I'm 41, and my entire life I have had sleep paralysis. And it started when I was a teenager, and I used to always think it was a dream. And then one night I left one of my reading lamps on, and it happened again with the reading lamp on, and I could see everything in my bedroom. And that's when I realized it wasn't a dream, that there was something to this.
Mm-hmm.
So, I know I've heard you talk about it, and you know how fearful, it's scary. It was a scary thing, especially when it first started happening.
Right.
So I would cuss, I would cuss at whoever was around me. You always feel this presence around you, and I couldn't talk, I couldn't move. Once I got into my 20s, I started to relax, and that fear went away. No, I also have to point out, this happens to me about 15 to 20 times a year.
Wow.
And I started to relax, and that fear went away, and I almost felt it was like nirvana. I felt better than I could ever imagine. I've never taken like a heavy drug like heroin or anything, but I can only imagine that's what it feels like. Then, about a year ago, I started to, and this is going to sound insane and crazy, but I'm telling you, Jimmy, I swear this is what happened. I was able to, almost like a lucid dream, I was able to control myself, float off my bed, and float around my bedroom. Now, people are going to, I've never told anyone this because someone's going to look at me like I'm nuts. But I'm on I'm on your radio show, and I'm kind of, it's an anonymous caller here, so I'll tell you. I would float around my bedroom. I got so good at this that every time I was in sleep paralysis, I was able to, I could sit upright. I couldn't move my arms. I couldn't talk. I could actually move out of my bedroom and outside of my house. Every detail of my house, of the inside of my house, I could see as I'm going through the hallways. As I get outside, every time in my driveway, in my front yard, there's no light. Every time I get out there, I can almost see a light, like above me, but I can't see it. I've never seen a UFO. I don't know if that's what it is. But every time I get outside, I can see this light above me. It's the craziest thing. It's like lucid dreaming. I can control it. I got so good at it, I could actually control it.
So what's the next step? What's the next step, Gabriel?
I don't know. I don't know. And this has been happening to me since I was probably 14 or 15 years old.
Well, I'm full on gel, man. I'm full on jealous. So obviously, the next step is to get out there and look up, right? I mean, you've got to overcome that, and I know that you've been trying to, right? But man, I can't wait for your call when you go, dude, I finally saw it.
Yeah, this is it's the craziest. I've never seen UFO. In fact, I've never seen any person or an alien or a Nordic of any kind around me as I'm doing this.
Right.
When I was younger, I could feel some people around me, or I could feel a presence around me. But once I let go of that fear, I was still paralyzed, but I was able to control it. But once I let go of it, I never felt that presence again.
Hopefully you're not going to look up and the light's going to be like your mom with a flashlight.
It would not be that.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh man, you just killed it for me. But yeah, you've got to get to that point and to look up.
I'm so fearful of regression, and I admire anyone that goes through it.
Yeah, not me.
I'm into the into the UFO field. I love it. I love going into case files and breaking them down and looking at all the evidence. The abduction thing, it kind of freaks me out.
It freaks everybody out. It freaks everybody. It completely freaks me out. And
yeah.
Have you seen the TV series, not the movie, the TV series Fargo?
No, but my mom was talking about that.
Okay, all right. Well, check it out. All right, I'll tell everybody to check it out. And I'm not going to give too much away here. I don't want to spoiler alert or anything. But go through the series, and there's a moment. There is a moment. There are lights and things that are happening, but nobody knows what's going on, and they're brief, and nobody takes the time to actually look up. And you got to watch the series, and I'm not going to tell you when or where, but there is a moment when somebody looks up. Okay? Somebody finally takes the time to do it. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. You need to check out Fargo. And you're going to go through episode after episode, which are all great. It's an amazing series. And you're going to have to wait for the moment that I'm talking about. And you're finally going to get there, and you're going to go, holy crap, that was Church was right. That was pretty cool. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say.
I absolutely will. I'll binge it as soon as I can.
Gabriel, have a good night and a good week. Well, I just hiccuped. Have a good night. Go Beckley Tappy.
Right, go Beckley Tappy, Jimmy. Thanks, man.
Thank you, Gabriel. It's a great phone call right there. Sleep paralysis for me only once, by the way. Okay, so I don't want to say that I'm some big experienced guy, but I did go through it. I went through it once. It wasn't cool. I didn't dig it. I've talked about it enough on this show. So, yeah, I know what it's about. I do. I really do. It's a trippy thing to have to go through. So let's see here. Let me look at the clock here. I am going. Who has been on hold the longest? I think this guy right here, or gal. I don't know. Let's see what's up. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling? Oh, you're live. 3, 2, 1. You gotta be ready. You gotta be ready. Should we just listen? No, I can't do it. Can't do it. Can't hear my own voice. All right, let's go here. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling? Oh, you're live. 3.
Hey, Jimmy, it's Paul up in sunny Grants Pass. Sorry, got a bad cable connection tonight.
That's okay, Paul. How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing great. I've got 2 things for you. One's a rock and roll story, and the other is something I flashed on Sunday night. The rock and roll story, years and years and years ago, I was a tanker in the Army. Used to blow people up for a living.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a spare 8-track player.
Okay.
We plugged it into the crew vehicle communication system so we could play music anytime we wanted in the tank.
Gotcha.
True story. So imagine this. It's about 15 above zero, high Colorado country. The sun is coming up, and we kick in the theme from Shaft.
Okay.
True story.
All right.
True story. So the other thing I flashed on, some of these people have been talking about the plasma balls and all of that. Other people have been talking about Lewis Carroll and how there's hidden physics information in Alice in Wonderland. And it dawned on me, I made the connection between plasma balls fading out and the Cheshire Cat.
And what's that?
He fades away to just his grin.
Oh, that's right. That's good, Paul. That's good.
There you have it. One other thing, Jim Penniston, Pope versus Penniston. I spent 28 years as an investigator. You always go with the eyewitness.
Yeah. You have to. And even when each witness for the same event has got a different story, but you have to put it all together and then try to figure out what actually happened. I talk about it all the time, like with the car accident. You got 10 witnesses, you got 10 different stories. None of the colors match on the car, right? It's just like, it's the way that it is, but you got to do it so you can try to figure things out.
Absolutely true. So the next time you see an orb, think about a Cheshire Cat. You come through Grants Pass, I'll spot you a cup of coffee.
Well, and thank you for that, Paul. Can I say one thing? The Cheshire Cat fading out and leaving his grin was one of the scariest bleeping things that I ever experienced as a kid. I didn't dig that, man. I didn't dig it. And you know who else I didn't dig? The Cheshire Cat freaked me out with the grin, the floating teeth, right? I didn't dig that. And also the Grinch. The Grinch, and as cool as Dr. Seuss was, and really took my imagination to places that was a lot of fun when I was a kid. Loved Dr. Seuss. But the Grinch and those teeth and that smile, that used to freak me out, man. It used to just freak me out.
I'm a little older than you, and for me it was the Flying Monkeys and the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, I never dug that either. No. I didn't dig that. I didn't dig getting to that part of the Wizard of Oz. I didn't dig that at all. No, I didn't dig it. Yeah. You know what? For me, the Wizard of Oz, I liked all of the black and white, right? Okay, all of that was great, blah, 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 and going through. And then when it would switch to color, I really enjoyed that. And going through the way that they laid out those sets in color, I really dug it. All the way up to the Wicked Witch and that castle. I didn't dig that at all, man. I didn't like the way they were sitting and perched. No, I didn't dig it. You're right.
That was pretty scary stuff. Anyway, 63-ton tank, sunrise, 10 above zero, sunrise in the theme from Chef blaring in our headset.
I'll talk to you. Thank you, Paul. Go Beckley Tepe.
Go Beckley Tepe, brother.
And, I never dug those monkeys, man. I never, not even come close to digging those monkeys. I want to, for JT, all right, is this the story that he was talking about was, and I've got about 2 minutes here before the break and not enough time to bring in another call. We'll do everything after the break. Was a place where we used to go to when I was a kid in high school and right after high school off of German Church Road was a place that we called the Electric Company. And I have gone and looked at it on Google Earth. It's still there. So if you want to go to German Church Road on the east side between 25th and 38th Street, right in the middle, around 30th Street and German Church Road, where the train tracks are, you can see this electrical thing. Well, anyway, so we will go out there and drink. And late at night, we parked the car. We would go up into the trees and back it up against the trees. Nobody could see us. And we would drink, smoke weed, do all this stuff. One night, we're out there, and this fog came in across the cornfields. Now, in front of us, it's miles of cornfields in all directions. Now there's a house subdivision that's built up, but that wasn't there. It was just all cornfields. There was nothing there. And especially during the day, you could look out and see nothing but cornfields for miles. There was nobody there, no houses, no nothing. We're there all alone. And I'm sitting there behind the steering wheel, and the fog rolls in. And out of the fog from the front of the car comes this guy. And he had a hood on above his head. He was in black. And he comes up to the car right here. And I'm not looking. Everybody's screaming on the inside of the car. And he knocks on the window, right? He knocks like that. And do I roll down the window? No, everybody's yelling and screaming. I crack the window, and this guy leans down. Have you seen my dog? What? McCleister is sitting next to me. What'd he say? Have you seen my dog? And we're just screaming. Hey, somebody just posted a picture of it. There it is right there. That's it. There it is. Oh, that is crazy. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it. I got to blow that up and take a closer look. But thank you for that, Mark. I'm going to take a quick break. This is Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. So then the guy walks back into the fog and disappears. Everybody in the car screaming. Freaked out. True story, though. It's Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. I'll be right back after this short break.
Vivica Fox here, and you are listening to my boy, Jimmy Church, on JimmyChurchRadio.com.
Despite popular opinion, reading a book will not make you smarter.
But listening to Jimmy Church will.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and I take Life Change Tea supplements every single day. It's what I do. Click on their banner at JimmyChurchRadio.com. When you take the beans from Central America with dashes of Indonesian and African mixed in and then roast it to the dark side of Fade to Black, you create the ultimate brew of fringe. Introducing the Fade to Black blend from River Moon Coffee. Yes, River Moon's darkest customized roast was created for the love of Fade to Black. The alchemy of masterful roasting and smoking the beans is in every sip of this full-bodied, dark Java. I need my coffee dark, deep, with distinct bittersweet chocolate highlights, just like the bunker. Leaning further into the darkness of the roast is Fade to Black blend from River Moon Coffee. Just click on the banner at JimmyChurchRadio.com and use the promo code F2BBLEND for 15% off of your order today. Go Beckley Teppy.
Hello, my name is Billy Carson, and I am a best-selling author and the founder of ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. Together with my team, we have built an all-new conscious streaming TV platform designed with every family member in mind. If you have ever wanted to travel the world and attend lectures and workshops from your favorite speakers but weren't able to, look no further. ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. There are dozens of workshops and lectures from speakers you know and love. We have also included amazing categories to assure that your consciousness is entertained and elevating on a daily basis. Amazing interviews, ancient history, ascension knowledge, wisdom teachings, documentaries, conspiracies, mysteries, health and fitness, conscious cooking, meditations, finance, yoga, and so much more. To start your free trial on any mobile device or computer, surf to ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. That's Forbidden Knowledge with the number 4, ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. Again, visit ForbiddenKnowledge.tv today.
Are you intrigued by Paranormal Talk Radio? You'll love the new Paranormal Radio app from TalkStream Live. You'll find a great selection of talk shows covering UFOs, ghosts, strange phenomena, and much more. Download the Paranormal Radio app now and start listening to the very best in paranormal talk entertainment, including the network you're listening to right now, the Paranormal Radio app, free in Google Play and the iOS App Store.
Erica, Brittany, Gabby, and you're listening to JimmyChurchRadio.com.
It's not a lifestyle we chose. We were born this way. KGRARadio.com.
This is KJCR at JimmyChurchRadio.com.
All right, welcome back. Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. And I have got the electric company right here. Hold on. Electric. Let me just save it. I just went exactly to where it was. And it appears... Oh, I've already got this saved on my desktop somewhere. And, okay, let me just save this. I've already got an image of it somewhere on my desktop. I'm going to post this really quick in Twitter. Let me see if I can pull this up. Here is the electric company. Okay. All right. And everybody can check it out. And yeah, I've already got it on my desktop. So funny. There it is. Boom. Done. Save. Post. Okay, so this is it right here. Okay, so you can go to hashtag F2B and check it out. There it is. There's German Church Road. The picture that I just took shows more of the background. But there it is. You can see the road going through the trees where that paved parking lot is on the backside of the trees right there. That was all dirt. That wasn't there. But that's where the train tracks went through. There's what we call the electric company that sat in front of us. I've got another picture. I'm going to go ahead and post it too as well. And let's see here. Let's do this. I got a bigger picture for everybody to check out that I just grabbed. This is my show. It's Thursday night. I can do whatever I want. This one's called Electric. And this is a bigger picture that you can see that this is what I just grabbed. And now this one, okay. This one, yeah, there it is. So you can see it here. Man, it's covered by those letters. But you can see the fields that are around there. And that's that string of trees at the angle. That's the train tracks that used to be there. Those houses to the north, right? Do you see it says German Church Substation? That's it. That's the electric company. That was all farm fields. It still pretty much is, except for that one section. All right, let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling? You're live. Hold on. My bad. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling? You're live. Oh, man, I hate to do that. Man, you got to be ready, folks. You got to be ready. Okay, let's go back. Let's see who is over here. What happened to... I didn't lose my calls, did I? Where's my view? Oh, crap. No, something is going on with my software. Let's try this one here.
Oh, shit, you fucked me up.
Okay, all right, you're live. Okay, all right. Sorry, guys. I gotta hang up. I gotta hang up on that. I lost my view. I totally lost my view on my hold list. This is absolutely bizarre. Let's try this one here. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Jimmy?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes.
Yes. Hey, it's Lionel from the Caribbean.
How are you, man?
Remember me?
I do. How are you? What part of the Caribbean are you calling from?
It's a French overseas department. It's called Guadeloupe.
Guadeloupe in the Caribbean. Wow, and you're listening to Fade to Black, man. How are you tonight?
Yes. I'm doing fine. I'm at home with the family. I'm 43 years old.
Right on.
No, 33 years old.
What's on your mind tonight?
Can you repeat, please?
I said, what's on your mind tonight?
What's on my mind? I was just chilling, listening to your show. That's all.
That's all?
And yes, and I just wanted to say hi one more time.
Yeah, thank you so much. And how are you guys doing out there?
it's a little island, so usually there are not a lot of things to do, but now it's worse because we're forced to stay at home like everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not that how do you say that it's all good. Let's say it's not that you know what I mean. It's all good.
Well, it could be worse. You could be in Los Angeles. You could be in Los Angeles.
Yes. Yes.
Oh man, yeah. If you
I won't take a lot of your time, since I don't speak that good English, but I appreciate you take my call and take care of your family. I say hi to the Fadernight. That's all.
I love it, man. I love it. Thank you so much, man. And you guys be safe out there. And I'm being very serious. But you. If you're going to have to shelter in place, do it on an island in the Caribbean. That's my take.
Of course. Of course.
Oh man, have a great weekend.
You too.
Yeah, thank you so much. And how great is it to hear Fadernauts with that kind of accent? Right? Does it get any better than that? Well, the answer is no, it does not. Stay on the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey, Jimmy, it's Matt. Down here in New Orleans, buddy.
Hi, Matt. How are you?
Pretty good, man. Like I said, I wish I could hear that badass flame guitar that I saw you build recently. I think it's pretty sweet, dude.
It is. It is. It's as sweet as you think it is. I guarantee it. I get whatever level of sweetness you are thinking, it's right there.
Well, I got to hear it at some point. But, yeah, get to it. One thing, I don't know if you heard about the whole, I saw it on, Yahoo News or something, where they're talking about how they think that there might be these tunnels underground on Mars,
Mm-hmm.
And it just seems like something, obviously we've been hearing a good bit about for a while. I don't know. It's just kind of hear what you think, where we're at with some of that stuff, where you think the habitability of Mars. And I guess and to kind of take it one little place closer to where we can kind of relate to it with is, I did this giant art project down here in New Orleans with a guy in the Creative Arts Center, and it all had to do with how, obviously in 100 years we're going to be completely underwater,
Right.
So, I don't know. So, I don't know. They both kind of playing, hand in hand, but I don't know. Just kind of like to hear where we're at with it. What you think as far as Mars? I think it was Corey Good. That was one of the guys I saw that was saying something about it, and he's been saying stuff like that as long, since I've heard about him, which would only be
that's
years ago.
Yeah, that's all new stuff. It's not any revelations on Corey's part because it's been spoken about and documented for decades. But going way back to the original analysis, photographic analysis about Mars, and I'm talking about in the 80s and in the 90s. Of the tubes and the lava tubes, the entrances to the lava tubes where the lava came out. I think that most of the analysis that was out there at that time was assuming that these were lava tubes. Okay, all right. So let's just for lack of a better thing, let's just call them lava tubes. But this is what is so important about that. Is on the surface of Mars, because of the extremely thin atmosphere, no magnetic protection like we have here on Earth, right? That protects us from everything, the solar winds and all the ultraviolet and other frequencies of light that are heavily radiated. On the surface of Mars, that stuff is baking you. I mean, it is radioactive. Well, that's why there's nothing alive on the surface of Mars, because there's so much radiation that is there. But if you're going to live somewhere on Mars quickly, before you build a city or before you do, I would say check out the lava tubes. But everybody has been saying this. All right, this goes back 20, 30 years, a long time, that there may be a certain amount of protection from the surface radiation that is coming down from the sun all day long. I mean, it's just brutal, right? So absolutely, that would be a place where everybody should go and check out. Have you seen the TV series on Nat Geo called Mars, directed by Ron Howard?
No, how recently was it produced?
It came out, let's see, I think they did 3 seasons, so probably came out 5 years ago. Go and check that out, because SpaceX is involved with that, how Elon Musk is represented, and all of the infrastructure here on the Earth and the different companies that are involved. And then, getting everything in the near future, to Mars to build cities. Okay, so go and check it out. But there is one part of I think it's in season 1. Before, they're looking for quickly a place to get out of the radiation zone, right? And they are, because they're running out of things. They're running out of oxygen. They're running out of water. There's only so much time that they have to go out and explore and get something. And they find a crevice. They go down into a spoiler alert, everybody. This is in season 1. But as they go down inside of this crevice, where now there is some semblance of oxygen because they're off of the surface, you can't breathe freely, but it's more hospitable down there. But they find ice, so they are able to get a foothold, right? A foothold, right? They can pitch it. They can pitch a tent, and they've got water, right? That kind of thing. And it's how they got that foothold there. And I was talking a couple of weeks ago about this helicopter that they're getting ready to, fly up to Mars, and this launch is getting ready to happen. Why don't they take a rover to a spot like this, to where there is a cave, to where there is ice, to where there is a lava tube, so we can go and explore that? I don't want to explore a dry lake bed in the middle of a crater. There's nothing there, right? There's nothing.
About the crater, right? And there's so much. And there's we got the face and stuff like that, like the face and these pyramids and stuff, even stuff like that. It's
go there, yeah, go there.
Right.
Look. If I was E.T., right? I'm E.T., and we're planning a trip, to launch a drone or a rover to Earth. I'm not going to the middle of the Sahara friggin' desert. Why would, you're not going to sit around with your buddies and plan this trip and spend all of this money and this expense and go to the middle of the Sahara Desert. You're not going to do that. You're going to go where the life is, go where the food is, go where the action is, right? Go to Manhattan, go to Chicago, go to L.A. You're not going to go to the middle of the Sahara Desert, right? Well, why are we doing that on Mars?
And why aren't we asking that more often? Why are people just kind of brushing that off? And especially like what I was saying with stuff like, about how technically we might all be underwater, or a lot of the country will be underwater, within 100 years. So, like, where you would assume, like, obviously, like, from what we learned, that Mars would be one of the most ideal places that we would have to try to, figure out a spot. So, right, like, who makes those decisions, or who's, when it comes to, like, this, I don't know, like, where, what the most important thing that we should be focused on Mars is, or at least what they're telling us about the most important thing that we're looking at as Mars is, So, I don't know. Like, I think there's obviously. So, when do you think that this helicopter thing is?
Well, they're launching it. They're launching it later this summer. I've got the dates here, but they're launching it later this summer, and it's going to be at Mars in about a year and a half. But this is the thing. Once again, right, Matt, is that they built this helicopter. And it's cool, but there's no HD camera on it. As a matter of
you talked about something like this recently. I think like last week.
Yeah.
Like, give me a break. I'm a photographer, and I'm like, I know. 100%. We got these tiny little, 4K cameras. How have they not got something like that on Mars? We're spending who knows how much money out there.
If I can't believe that. It's so much design and planning went into this. It weighs 3 pounds, and that they sit around, they go through all of the iterations, the designs, the changes, and somebody there didn't go, okay, but this is cool, but where's the camera? And we're going to add a camera. Good. Okay, just making sure that we're on the same page here, because it is a drone, right? Yes, it is. Okay. Right. Well, then we put cameras on drones. That's what drones are for, right? That's it. Why would if you had a drone company today, can you imagine building a drone without a camera on it, what your sales would be like? Well, they would be none.
I guess the only thing I'm seeing kind of more lately is that them using it for like deliveries or something like that. But you got to have a camera on the thing to make sure, I'd assume, to really try to make sure where you're going.
Well,
but I don't know.
That's right. So. But, some of the coolest high-def images that we got back from Curiosity were the selfies. Right? Where we get to see a selfie of Curiosity. Isn't that great? You get the background and okay. Well, so this time around with the helicopter drone, you take this thing up and you shoot with the high-def camera the drone on the ground and circle it a couple of times. I think that would cause a heck of a lot of excitement on this planet, number one. Number two, maybe you'll get some additional funding because of the cool factor. But no, they blew it once again. So
what's the excuse?
You know what? I've raised it. Matt, I'm so infuriated by it because this is my money. This is your money. If you're going to, how much do you think was spent? How many millions of dollars was spent on designing that drone? How much? A lot.
Man, a lot. I can't guess. A
lot. And they went and did that and didn't put a camera on it. Somebody should be fired. Matt, enjoy your weekend, my man. Thank you for the phone call. Go Becky Teppy.
Go Becky Teppy.
That's what I'm talking about. That's Matt from Nolens. And let's see where I am going next. I got time for maybe one, maybe two more phone calls. So let me see here. Hang on. Everybody just hang on. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
My name is Denise. How are you tonight?
I'm good, Denise. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from, College Station, Texas right now.
Yeah, that's good
I'm staying in place with my father, because I don't want him alone through this.
No.
But that's why I called. I heard you say something. Are you, how are you staying in place out there?
Just like everybody else. Yeah, We have a home. It's Rita and I. We have one daughter that lives with us, Diana. Everybody pretty much knows about that. We've got 3 dogs. We are dealing with this just like everybody else. And when all of this kicked off a couple of months ago, Rita and I managed to go out and do a buttload of shopping. Our house is always pretty well stocked full of food, but we went and I got all of that just to make sure. We still haven't burned through all the food that we purchased, so we're still good on that end. But
that's awesome.
But the whole thing is, and Denise, I just want to ask you, our thing is, we can't go out to the movies. We can't go out and do the things that we used to do. And
live music. I mean, the things that bring people together. Church. Why can we go to Walmart, but we can't go congregate with our friends?
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
Right.
And so I feel very blessed because I've learned a lot of life lessons from my father through this. You were talking about going out and buying things. Well, Daddy had it, because he grew up in a time where if you were at the store and you had the money, well, you go ahead and you pick up an extra 12 rolls of toilet paper. Mm-hmm. And so everything. He just had everything here already. And I went and bought romaine noodles. That was my contribution because seriously, he had cans of beans, cans of soup, and it's just the era he was raised in. Mm-hmm. But I've enjoyed getting the time with him, but I really don't like my personal freedoms being taken from me. When I say anything about that, especially socially, like on any social network, I must have some really conservative or backwards-ass friends because I get attacked. It's like, oh, you can't be so selfish. I will not wear a mask. People glare at me. I live in Austin, but Daddy lives in College Station, so I come to take care of him here. Mm-hmm. When I'm in Austin, I walk into the H-E-B by my house without a mask, people glare at me. I glare right back. Mm-hmm. I don't mean to be ugly, but I don't believe that mask is protecting anyone.
And it may not. This is... just like anything else, Denise, I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a scientist. I'm not, I'm not a biologist. I don't know these things. But until I think that wearing a mask, or if you can stay at home and work from home and somehow get through this, and if you're able to do that without having it put a ripple into your life, then why not just do it and err on the side of caution until this crap is over with? For everybody else,
it's not that we shouldn't err on the side of caution, but what we are doing mentally to ourselves.
Oh, killing ourselves.
Yes, and to the elderly people.
Yes.
We want to protect them, yes, but my father volunteered twice a week. He went to church. This is how he interacted. He was a triathlete. Do you know, since this started and they've got him in the house, he doesn't even want to go ride his bike, and that he's not afraid.
Yeah.
He's not in the mindset that he's going to go out and catch a virus because he's got a very healthy immune system. He's 78. He's a triathlete. Mm-hmm. But it's that you are taking away their existence, the reason. You know what I'm saying?
I do. And then the other part, and this is what I was talking about. I've only got 15 seconds, Denise, by the way, before I have to go. But it's this, and it's really simple. What if we didn't do these stay-at-home orders and 300 million people got infected and 25 million people died? And then everybody would go, why didn't we do anything? Why didn't we wear
I
masks?
understand. So, you're right. We can't. I get it. I get it, but I don't like it.
We're plain stuck. It sucks.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
Hey, Denise, enjoy your weekend, and thank you for the great phone call. And give my best to your dad. Give my best to your dad. Tell him I said yo.
He's an amazing man, and we've already he planted a garden, and it's already yielding green beans and peppers, and what else did we get? Radishes.
Yeah, we did radishes too. We did radishes too. Hey, listen, I've got to go. I got to go. Denise, you're the last call of the night. Go Beckley Tepe.
Yay! Thank you.
Right on. And Rita today pulled up some radishes. They were like this big, but our radishes are good. They're there. We pulled it off. Fade to Black's executive producers, Rita Camurian. Show is produced by Hilton J. Paul, Renee, Dennis, and Kevin. Announcers are Steve Harder, Gene Vitola, Mark D. Kovar. Webmaster is Drew the Geek. Music, Doug Aldrich. Intro, Spaceboy, spaceboymusic.com. Fade to Black is produced by KJCR for the Game Changer Network, and syndication is KGRA, The Planet. This broadcast owned and copyrighted 2020 by Fade to Black and the Game Changer Network, Inc. It cannot be rebroadcast, downloaded, copied, or used anywhere in the known universe without written permission from Fade to Black or the Game Changer Network. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. I'm going to go from here to coast tonight with George Norrie, so I'll see everybody over there. And then we're back on Monday. But until then, I want everybody to be safe. Go Beckley Tepe.